Check my shit. Oh, you know what? I bet I know why this shit's not working. Hang on a second. I think it's not like the chatbot's not linked. I feel like I'm not seeing things that I should be seeing. Man, fucking YouTube really does suck. You can't even fucking lurk? Did I have audio only? Alright. 420 somewhere. Yeah, it's like it's not fucking connected. I'll pull everybody in just a second. No. Weird. I don't fucking get it. Alright, let's bring everybody in. Not want to waste any more time. With that, alright. They all bumped back out. Hold on, I gotta pull them all back in. Looks like we lost Globus. Alright, there's Globus.
Yeah, they just got a Discord and redo the Discord. That same issue that you know what I'm talking about.
The Discord issue?
Yeah. When you get pulled in, it doesn't work. You just pull down where you open it and it works fine.
I hate that shit. I don't know why it does that. I'm thinking about moving over to here. It's on the right thing here.
To stream together? Because that wouldn't help.
Yeah.
Today. You're rebel. You're a rebel body.
Damn rebel.
It's like I'm looking forward to it, and all of a sudden I get the alert on my phone for Discord. It's like, guess what? I got banned. It's like, what do you mean you got banned? I got banned for 2 days. It's like, what do you mean you got banned for 2 days? Like, who gets banned for 2 days?
I'm just nothing but trouble, man.
Nothing but trouble.
Let me pause this and move back over where I can control the sound. For some reason, Bandcamp doesn't let you control the volume on their player, doesn't it? I don't know why, but that's a weird thing to have.
Yeah.
Oh well. It's fine though. All right, let's see if we can get the rest of the folks in. Get them ready to rock and roll. I'm also reverse. No, it's okay. I'll fix it in a little bit. What happens when you use Discord? Yeah, comes Trans Squirrel, and
there we go.
DUSTONOT. There we are. All right.
Oh, cool. I'm in.
You've made it.
He left. What is?
He's like, cool, I'm in.
No.
Peace out. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
It does that. I don't know what the deal is with that.
What did I do? I did something wrong.
You hacked the Gibson. There's no hacking of the Gibson. That's what happened.
Okay.
Oh,
I
this
don't
is
know what that
perfect.
means.
It just hit me. Let's go.
Okay, so where is my echo coming from?
Do you have the stream up?
The stream is muted. Oh wait, it's gone now. Okay, maybe I was just picking up. Okay, never mind.
I'm getting in the last of my second cup of coffee today, and boy, did I need it. Man, yesterday was wild. So
Yeah, what happened?
I got suspended because we were watching Coachella. Some guy's girlfriend got suspended, and he came in making a bunch of noise about it. I was all like pissed off because I hadn't got suspended, and I think that he went and reported me.
That
Fucking
sounds
asshole.
about. Yeah.
What a
I
fucking
was like,
dick.
Yeah, I was
People are
like,
so
dude.
salty, I swear.
Yeah, and he was like, my girlfriend's banned forever, and they deleted her account entirely. And I said, no, they didn't. If all it was a like for streaming Coachella, no, they didn't delete her account.
You know what?
And
They also they want me to do like this copyright school thing. So I guess like after you get like a copyright strike, they give you this chance to go through. I guess it's like some kind of like little learning module online or something about copyright, and they remove the strike.
Yeah, I
And
saw
I'm like,
that. I'm gonna do
do
that.
I do that,
too.
or is it like? But I'm like, do I do it, or is it like I'm signing something? You know, it feels like onboarding at a job.
If you,
You know,
think
I guess
about
it kind of
that's
is.
just bullshit.
It is. It's exactly like when they like make you sign like, okay, I did this wrong and I promise to do better. You know, at work they give you that
Right,
one-on-one.
right.
I swear it feels like that. And like, since technically it's monetized, I guess it is like that. It's like that, but I'm not really getting paid that much at all.
Yeah, same. Like it's not minimum. It's barely minimum wage, if that. I don't know. I definitely know with my streaming hours, it's not even minimum wage.
Oh, no.
The frustration of a job with none of the pay. Join Twitch
Right.
now.
Yeah. It's a curse. It's a like I don't know. I love doing stuff on Twitch, but yeah, it's a curse too. You know, because like god damn, man, like really.
I want them to bring back watch parties so bad because like I didn't get the hell is it called, affiliate, until after watch parties was gone, and I just completely missed that era. And I got to catch like I remember Will Neff used to do like watch parties a lot, and those are great.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know why they got rid of it because it was such a cool idea, you know? Like yeah, people have to have Prime, and that is kind of a paywall that sucks. But at least it was like a compromise to
they
like
have that,
allow people.
It's like limited because they just had one going on where you could watch party the season 4 of The Boys because season 5
I
is
saw
coming.
that.
Yeah.
Was
So-
it only for that one TV show or?
Probably.
Aw,
Yeah.
I want it to be
We
more.
don't get
broad, you
anything.
know?
This is capitalism, baby.
They had it. I swear, like it felt like a good compromise, you know, like the corpos get their little cut, whatever, and we get to watch our things so long as it's under the right corporate umbrella, you know, like it was better than what we have now, I guess,
Yeah.
which is just yeah.
All I know is that guy who
Well-
reported you is a dick. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Like-
you know, I think that the whole system is flawed, and the way they think about it is so ass backwards. And I was saying this to chat before we got in here, but like if you think about it, especially when it comes to music, if you're a streamer, you're a tastemaker. I don't know how many times people have come into my stream and been like, I love that song, can you link it for me? You know what I mean? They would have never heard that song before. They would have never gotten the link and then gone and listened to it themselves and gone and like maybe bought a t-shirt or went to the concert or something. They did that because they came into my chat, they heard the music, and I gave them the link so that they could go listen to the music. Like, that's why I'm like, why wouldn't you want people to play your music on stream? Like
a strike. Like, y'all shouldn't just be letting me do this. Y'all should be paying me to do this.
Right. But see, that's what I'm saying, Globus. But Globus, they don't make money, right, if nobody knows who they are. And if you're the tastemaker, bringing attention to their shit.
The problem is. I see what the problem is. Remember what James taught us, right? It makes sense if you don't think about it, right? Like that's the whole thing. Pirates, remember they did that study or multiple studies that found out that people who pirated like music are the most likely people to actually go buy the music. People want a free sample, right? That's all we want. Give us a little for free, and then if we like what you're selling, we'll come back and buy it.
But they don't even want to sell us the music anymore. They want to sell us a subscription to access the music.
Yeah, like, because then the you're music locked in.
The MP3 can fit on my SD card, but I need a data plan, and they need to have a data center sucking up the water in some poor town somewhere to deliver it through the air and into my phone, just so that some tech bro that inserted himself as like an unnecessary middleman can make a buck.
Anywhere you can make a profit, you make a profit. That's the way the system works.
The death of physical media. But you know what, Jason, you brought up earlier in the stream the difference between, YouTube and Twitch, post-production versus broadcasting. Yeah. What we do as broadcasters a lot of the time is we're curators. When you open up Netflix, sometimes you're just staring at a bunch of tiles and you don't know what you want to watch. And before there was Netflix, before there was streaming, we got to channel surf. And we didn't get a pre-roll ad every time we changed the channel. We can go through everything, see what we like, and decide what we want. The need for a curator came with streaming because you no longer had somebody curating a list of like things you might like, It's too much choice. You need a guide, you need a Sherpa, you need, the modern content creator, the React guy to curate something. And I think a lot of people don't realize like how much work it takes to come up with a playlist of videos that you have not pre-watched. Hopefully they're hitters. Hopefully you don't have to bail and they're, like, oh God, why did I watch that? But that's a lot of work that goes into it, and people say, oh, you're reacting, you're not doing anything transformative. Like, just getting that curated list set up, that's work.
Yeah.
I need to actually extend that out a little bit more. I used to be a contractor, and the best, you may have heard this, the best form of advertising is word of mouth advertising, right? Like, people will see your ad for whatever, invite you in to maybe do some work, but when their friend tells them, oh, you got to hire my guy, that means that much more. And that's what it is, in my humble opinion, that we do, right? Like, we provide personal recommendation, we give people a sample, we give some context around, some commentary, some analysis of whatever the person is talking about, and we could say, yeah, this is a good person, they know what they're talking about, you should watch more of their videos, right?
Right.
That kind of thing. I agree.
You know what it reminds me of? When I used to work for Total Wine, I got a position there as a salesperson, which at first I thought I was just going to be like an everyday retailer or whatever. But literally my job there was to literally just drink wine and tell people about it. And it's precisely because of what you said. Like, when it comes from a person who has actually tried it, like, it makes a difference. And because this was during COVID, I remember, and also around the like Dylan Mulvaney shit that was going on, I remember that while a lot of other places were going down in their beer sales, we were actually going up. Like, Total Wine as a company was also making more money Why? Because they had some guy there literally drinking fucking beer going, yep, I like this one. I don't like this one, but you should try this one.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well,
it
why do
fucking
people look up
works.
reviews of things?
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
what you go to Amazon, you're gonna buy a vacuum. You read the reviews, and you know you look for one that seems helpful or trustworthy. I don't think Twitch has ever. I don't think I've ever seen like a commercial for Twitch. And like another company that's interesting that does not do like advertising. Do you know what Zote soap is? Any of you guys? It's like a Mexican soap, like a laundry soap.
Oh,
So you
I
go to
do
like
know what that is. It's a bar, right?
yeah, like the yeah, it's
big
like
one?
yeah. There's a pink one and then there's a white one, and
Yep.
it's this old school soap that you use to wash clothes. It's a company from Mexico, and they've never done advertising. It's just always been word of mouth that people like say, yeah, use this one. It's cheap. It's $1. You could do a bunch of shit with it. It works good.
I mean, it's the same thing with Arizona. Have you ever seen an Arizona tea ad?
No. Well, I guess if you count Young Lean. Young Lean is
Yeah,
just
but
one
like-
big Arizona iced tea ad. Vaporwave, the entire genre of Vaporwave. Just kidding.
The only one I remember, and I don't know if it was an actual commercial or just a meme, but like the prices on the can, though, right? Like that was a thing that I remember seeing. But again, I avoid commercials like the plague. You know what I mean?
Same.
Well, they don't all say 99 cents anymore. As a retailer,
Yeah.
you can get a can that says 99 cents, or you can get a can that doesn't say 99 cents so that you can mark it up. They used to be really strict about that, and they quietly caved at some point.
Yeah. Even
Yeah,
the Mona
the-
Lisa's falling apart.
The owners came out and said that they were really reluctant. I think they said they were allowing up to 29 cents. So they can sell it for up to $1.29 in stores now. So I mean, that's a pretty big markup if you think about it, you know, for how many units they move of that and going from 99 cents to $1.29.
If that was
know?
gas, that'd be a big difference.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just by
You know what
volume.
You know what else doesn't do any advertising, but everybody knows it all? The $1.50 hot dog from Costco.
Yes.
Nobody,
Yes.
they don't even advertise it.
The $1.50
yeah,
hot
they-
dog at Costco.
Yeah, the mailers that they
Well, it
send
is there when you
out-
walk in.
Is it?
Yeah.
My Costco has it like in the back.
Well, there's no
It's kinda
commercials for
weird.
it. There's no outside of the store advertisements of it, I guess. Just like
But
when
like,
you walk
like-
into the
But
store.
like in store, nobody advertises it, and yet you ask anyone about hot dogs from Costco, and people just know because it's been memed so fucking hard into fucking like, you know, relevance. Like, not that it
I went
wasn't
to a
relevant
Costco
before,
once.
but you
We
know,
had Lowe's
like,
here. I had the
but
hot
that's
dog.
the
It was
thing,
alright.
right? Like, you don't know how much the pizza costs unless you go there all the time. You don't know how much the smoothie costs or their fucking Caesar salad, but you know how much their hot dog costs.
That's true.
Yeah,
That
I need
is true. And the
And
owner
you know, like-
said, the owner straight out and said, he's like, if you ever raise the price of this hot dog, I will fucking kill you. Those were his words. He was like, you will not do that.
Nice.
Do not
The
fuck with my
fucking-
hot dog.
Right? I'm like, this dude means business. But actually, Costco's a pretty good company. They've done a lot of cool stuff. Like they're even doing they're building affordable housing on top of their Costco's now. Like they're actually trying to do the right thing for people. And apparently, like if you're an employee for them, it's a pretty good job to have. You know, they take care
My
of their.
friend-
I mean, there's
people.
there's like theoretically ethical ways that like these like companies can like operate, and some of them like do try things like that. But like, I mean, and there's companies that do like co-ops and stuff where like the workers own more of it and things like that. It's kind of a little bit of a blind spot for me, but it's like something I do want to learn more about because I catch myself kind of defending corporations for doing like maybe a little bit of the bare minimum, right?
Mhm.
But it is a good intro into a larger conversation of like, well, these things need to exist. How should they exist if we don't like the way they are currently?
Yeah,
Right.
You know,
like
Go ahead.
defending might be a little strong, right? Like I wouldn't go as far as defending, but acknowledging when a corporation does something Yeah, they suck. Fuck them all, right? Fuck all CEOs and all corporations and all that shit. Seize the means. But currently we live under capitalism, and we should be grabbing every single little bit that falls off the table and that we can reach up and grab. And that kind of thing, if you see something, acknowledging it is a form of feedback, right? That corporations... we see what you did here, and then other people are like, we see what you did here, do more of that, and then they do more of that because it's a good form of advertising for them.
I think there's a line of
the
like,
CEO does not like hot dogs that much. You know, like
Right.
there's a reason he's defending, the $1.50 hot dog, and that's because people keep buying it.
yeah, their rationale is probably, this is a thing I want to stick to because it wins hearts and minds. I think the line for me where like if I see a company, has this, then I'm like, okay, this is a company that like I will like, maybe try to work at, or like, they'll be like my first choice if I need something, is if they have a union. I worked at FedEx. It was a fucking nightmare. I have a feeling I would have a much better experience if I got a job at UPS. And if given the choice between, shipping with FedEx and shipping with UPS, I would feel better about spending more money if it's a union worker that's going to be, delivering it. It's good to know that the worker
I'll be right back.
that's, doing this thing for you is not going to be exploited as much, I guess.
Yeah. Were you a driver or did you work in the warehouse?
Oh, I was a warehouse worker. The
So
drivers
I
actually
did
aren't
it for,
FedEx
like,
workers.
I
The
did it for
drivers
2
are
weeks.
contracted out.
I was the I can't remember what the position was called, but like when the boxes would be all jacked up, we had to like retape them or repack them in a different box. I worked in that department, and holy crap, that job sucked.
They bounced me around everywhere.
Dude.
Yeah, at one point I was like pulling the boxes like out of the trucks, and like the safety is just like non-existent. You're tripping all over everything. Like the forks from the forklift, people ship those, and they're pure steel, and they're very awkwardly shaped, and they get tangled in things. And you have to grab that out, and then you have to put it on the conveyor belt, and
Or
the conveyor belt wants to
trampoline.
eat your. Yeah, the conveyor belt wants to eat your arm. It's just.
Oh shit!
It's crazy, and like
It's brutal.
it gave me like back pain.
And you
Like,
see in
you
the
cannot
the
imagine.
truck, they open the door, right? The truck's back up and they open the door and you look inside and all your shit is like dumped over. Like all the boxes are just,
Yeah, it's like
and
an episode of Hoarders. Just there's no
and like
stack, no
6
nothing.
people
It's
are
like
in there manually pulling everything out. It's great.
Well, I've seen something
Sifting
similar like
through the rubble.
that at the Amazon warehouses too. They like just dump a bunch of boxes and it's just like go through them, and they're just kind of like,
yeah.
they're just fucking. There's a big
put it on
bin
the
of
belt.
shit.
If it tears, tape it up.
Yep.
That's about it. And then
Yep.
like the way they stuff the trucks too, the fact that they there's a reason why FedEx drivers don't work directly for FedEx and that they're contracted outside of that. It's an anti-union tactic. They do that
Oh, yeah.
because and anything that's like third-party contractor, that's why like, any third-party contracted call center is going to be like one of the worst jobs that like you can get, but it's also sometimes one of the only ones out there because they contract out to avoid the unionizing, to avoid ending up with Teamsters, asking for more pay, asking for minimal safety. But yeah, FedEx
True.
was a nightmare. I would much rather work for UPS. FedEx don't recommend. 0 out of 10.
That's the same reason I won't buy Apple products because I know how they screw over their customers. I know about the planned obsolescence. I know about like how when the 3GS came out, they intentionally sent out an update via iTunes that bricked every phone older than the Apple 3GS, forcing people to buy new phones. And I'm not gonna support them. That's why I don't support Apple.
Lucifer
I've
and-
seen what they do.
Lucifer in chat just gave me a flashback. The full bicycles in boxes, and like they're electric bicycles. There was like a scooter, like a what do you call them? Like a little Vespa scooter, like smaller than a Vespa, just in a box, like a vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
That we had to lift up onto a conveyor belt.
A Vespa in a box, though.
I'm assuming disassembled.
In a box.
Yeah. But disassembled.
Yeah.
No, like whole people would ship a trampoline, like those backyard trampolines with all the pipes and shit. And those they would like bust open the box and everything else, and I would have to tape them back together and like cut cardboard and wrap it around. If your box ever came jacked up, somebody like the job that I did interacted with it, and they did their best. Like holy shit, some of the crap that we had to try and do.
Oh god.
Oh my god, painful.
Fuck that.
Fuck are those? Yeah, it was a yellow scooter. I don't know what the fuck they're called, but I Chatter knows. I don't know. It was heavy though. It was heavy and my back hurt and I took ibuprofen.
Y'all ever smoke so much that you go to the bathroom and you forget why you were going to the bathroom?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude.
Oh yeah.
I just had that.
Weed elevates my ADHD.
I just had that right now.
Yeah.
I walked in and I'm like, wait, hold on, I'm doing the podcast, and I'm like, oh yeah, hold on, I forgot, I was gonna pee.
when we were waiting in the breakout room, trans girl was like, you know what? I'm not sure if these edibles are hitting.
Oh no, they hit. They finally hit.
You know what? I haven't even done intros with y'all yet. I should run y'all through the gauntlet while you're all high.
Oh yeah.
All right, so let's we'll back up a little bit. We'll do that real quick. For everybody that doesn't know, if you're watching because you're watching this stream here, or because you are watching a recorded version of this, I'm Jason Society. I talk about cannabis culture and politics. I'm a leftist, and I do Stonercast, usually with leftist content creators, and we just talk about all things weed. Today with us we have Globus the Elder, Trans Girl, DUSTONOT, and later Purritorollups. So that being said, we'll go ahead and start with Globus the Elder, then Trans Girl, then DUSTONOT. If you want to tell us a little bit about yourselves, where people can find you, and if you want to take a little hit right now because it is 420, we can do all those things.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Hi, I'm Globus the Elder. You can find me on Twitch at Globus_the_elder. You can find me on YouTube at Globus the Elder. I stream about AI, automation, robots, and future tech, and I'm the guy who says, just smoke the weed, kids. And I also have this shirt that says, just smoke the weed, kids.
Hell yeah. Glad to have you, Globus, as always. Globus, a long-time Stonercaster, and I would say
the champ is here.
Basically a co-host of sorts, you know, a part of a rotating cast of co-hosts. The most co-hosty co-host, by the way.
You know what that quote reminds me of? With just smoke the weed, kids. It reminds me of Sublime, where what song was it? Where it goes, hard work good, hard work fine, but first take care of a head.
Oh yeah, smoke 2 joints.
Yeah, there we go. And it's just like, damn.
Hard work good, hard work fine, but first take care of head.
I needed that advice as a kid.
Yeah, we didn't know.
When I was a kid, I imagined California like exactly being a Sublime music video.
Yeah, I got merch on Redbubble, and I got merch on yeah. This shirt is on what you call it, Redbubble.
Oh, show
I want
the
to
shirt.
ask you, quality of the garments. Do you like the quality of the garments?
Yeah, this is a great shirt. Okay. I will say that about Redbubble. Like, this
very,
doesn't feel flimsy and like it's gonna fall apart, right? It is an iron-on-y type transfer. It's on the surface, but it feels good. It feels solid. The shirt is nice quality. I think it's Gildan which is usually good, but it's soft. It's nice and soft. This is the basic tee.
Cool. Dude,
Available for a low price. I literally take almost no money in profits in order to make the shirts as cheap as possible. You're paying TeePublic, you're paying for shipping, or not TeePublic, you're paying for Redbubble, you're paying for shipping. I get a very small amount. I just love the idea of people wearing merch that is related to me.
Hell yeah.
Speaking
I love
of,
that too.
I used to have some merch. And one of my favorite things is this hat that looked like a veteran hat. And it said veteran of the gender wars. And
Nice.
yeah.
I thought
And I
it
had,
was
like,
yeah. It's a
that's
hazmat,
fucking
like
dope.
the hazmat company. It's brand new. I'd grab that.
What they didn't tell me is that I ordered like a stitch on, and the description was like, oh, we used like killer new technology that changes the color as it's stitching. And I'm like, oh, this is cool. So that means I can do more than X amount of colors. That's fine. Because my graphic, I think, had like 12-ish colors. Anyways, a few people did order it. And one of them came back to me and said, hey, the hat you gave us is hella scuffed. Like, the trans flag, like, they didn't use blue. They used dark blue, so it looks like an American, like, blue color. They didn't use any red. They like substituted yellow for greens. Because I also had the Mexican flag on there as well. So now you have like a flag that's like red, white, yellow with an eagle like randomly like in the middle.
Oh no.
And it was just a total fucking disaster. Yeah.
I would still
I
sport
would've
it.
been upset.
Oh, I was, because I had to refund people. 2 people liked it enough that they were like, I'll keep it. But I did have to refund a few, and that comes out like out of your own pocket if you've ever had to deal with like fourth wall.
That sucks.
Yeah, we were
The hat
always
quality
I
very...
didn't know
good, though.
Globus was a. I didn't know you were a fashion designer, Globus.
Hey, I'm everything to all peoples, baby.
Yeah, when we were doing the band stuff, like, we were meticulous in finding, like, the garments that we wanted, the screen printers that we wanted. It took us a long time. Like, we ended up getting a guy that did Tool t-shirts that was screen printing Tool t-shirts for the band, like, that they would use for tour. And then, we were going through him for a while, and then there was a company called, at the time, it was called Lowbrow. And they started coming up with designs for us for like t-shirt ideas and like revamping logos and stuff. And they're like, hey dude, wear the shirts on stage, throw some love, and we'll design your shirts and like we'll give you like screen printing and shit for really cheap. And I mean, this is back before we knew American Apparel was a shitty company, like how they treated their employees. But they were all on those really nice, thin American Apparel shirts. Dude, those shirts are fucking great. Not like, even the like femme shirts were on like Bella like stretchy shirts and shit. God, I miss those so much.
It was such good quality. I know which ones you're talking about too. I remember when I did my first designs. I used to do merch before I started streaming as well, very briefly. And some of the first designs were on those, and I remember those specifically costing me like an extra like $15 per shirt. Which at the time, I was like in my early 20s, I was like, I didn't really think about the consequences. So I was just like, oh, $15? That's not a lot. I can cover that over 50. I spent like way more. I had a wild debt or whatever from that. But the one thing I remember is how good those fucking American Apparel shirts were.
Oh yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
know what?
And people kept
you
coming back
ever-
for them. We sold duplicates of our shirts to the same people because they're like, I want an extra one. You know, like, it's wild. Like,
If
yeah.
you ever need to find like a good screen printer or just like advice about like, making your own merch, find like a local band that like goes on like maybe like state tours and, has a little merch table and stuff. Cause like, I think that's one thing that like I didn't realize I was kind of spoiled with or maybe took for granted in my younger years is I knew a lot of screen printers and like people that did all that from the punk scene. There's I don't know if they're still in Austin, but my buddy's still out there, Culture War Prints, doing screen printing in Austin, Texas. I don't know if he still has it out there though, but he used to do it up there. and then he was in El Paso. And then my friend's dad used to do school uniforms. So like for like some of the bands, his dad would do it.
Oh hell yeah! Yeah, I had a couple buddy. Well, I had a buddy of mine. He has a project called Bent Self. I think he's even still touring. He just goes out and tours by himself. It's a solo project. He's got a van. It's just like pick up and go tour. But him and his family, like, that's kind of how he funded his ability to like do his music. Is they screen printed, and they screen printed for like all the bands, and like they did a great job. They did really good. I just didn't know them when we first started getting our screen printing stuff. Otherwise, I would have gone through them because I saw the work they did. But yeah, it's him, and yeah, when you're in the scene, you're right. You meet a lot of those types of people, and usually they're able to get you really good deals. You may have to pay up front for them, so you don't have the advantage of being able to do drop shipping. But the quality, yeah, if you can do it, if you can front the money and do it that way, the quality pays for itself. You know.
You know what? Let me bring my camera up real quick. I want to show you something. Because I got a buddy that does screen printing. They do this event in El Paso called Cumbia contra Migra, which is cumbia against like border patrol. Yeah. And he'll have like a whole screen printing set up at a table, and he does like, you know, you bring your own shirt, you bring like a shopping bag, purse, whatever, and we'll screen print it on the spot. And it's always like, you know, anti-ice, you know, type stuff. I brought him the shirt that I used to wear to work when I worked at I used to work at one of those refugee camps back during the Obama administration. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Hold up.
I'm just fucking enjoying my chow mein right now.
Hell yeah, that sounds delicious. I love chow mein.
I just had a ramen. How do I? Okay, Boomer
It's
trying to
noodle,
figure
dude.
out. Turn on camera. Okay.
I ate shit earlier, so this is fucking hitting the spot.
Hey, there we
Okay.
go.
Is it showing?
Yep.
Mhm.
Oh, I can't see myself. That's weird. Well, can you see the shirt?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
that's dope.
Nice.
So this used to be
Abolish ICE,
this used to be an
abolish
orange
DSS.
shirt. So it used to be an orange shirt that I wore like when I worked at the refugee camp. It was like given to me by that company that I worked for. And after I stopped working there, I started doing a lot of activism against like the ICE camps and stuff. And it was before like this was back in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
But he did this screen print at one of those events, and it's a abolition screen print. Abolish ICE, abolish DHS, abolish prisons and detention and end deportation. The whole shebang. And then like I've got like a couple other ones where I'll just like, you can pretty much bring whatever. I got like a, what's it called? Like a denim jacket that he did as well. That's got the same thing on the back, but it's a lot more faded.
That's awesome, dude. I love that. We
I think
need
it's
more
a
of that
really
shit.
cool hobby. Like if you get like the stuff to do it, it's a very, very rewarding hobby.
I wanted to get into it, but it's just so much money up front. Like to get started.
Yeah, the
get
setup
your
they have,
ink and
like,
your
they-
screens and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got to make the heated clamp thing.
Yep.
Like they had theirs made like from scratch. It was kind of weird.
Yeah, we looked into it as a band. Like it was something that we thought about investing in for ourselves. If we hadn't have found like a really good screen printer, we would have just been doing our own stuff because we were like, because we wanted to do everything in house. Like we were even getting CD duplicators, like our own CD sleeves and shit. Because back when people did CDs, we stuffed our own CDs.
Oh, yeah.
We did all of that shit. We made our own like all the inserts for the CDs. Like our bassist and guitarist were both graphic designers, so they did all our inserts and stuff for our CDs, and you know the designs on the CDs. All of our stuff was printed in house. Like we did that all in house, and so we made whatever, you know, cost minus cost minus whatever, or price minus cost, so like normally you probably wouldn't make shit on a CD, but we were making like $4 or $5 on a CD back then, and that was doing pretty good, because if we had somebody doing that for us, we weren't going to make that. We might make $2, we might make $1, but because we did it all in-house, we did it all ourselves, and we just got the equipment, like it actually panned out pretty well for us that way. It's just too bad that we would subsequently spend the money on beer and weed and not reinvest it. So we'd be like, oh, well, we don't have any CDs for a while. I guess we'll have to wait till we build up some more money. We just spent everything on beer, But,
it's kind of part of the experience,
Yeah.
It sounds fun. It sounds like a youth well spent, like my fondest memories are just like a 30-pack of beer and then just like somebody's like empty living room or basement with like the drums and everything set up,
Yeah, hell yeah.
Those are really good memories.
Exactly.
And doing everything DIY, like it gets you so so closely connected to the art.
Yeah.
You know what
It
you're
makes it
reminding me
that
of?
much to me.
You reminded me of this time. This is in SF, and I went to go watch like a smaller, like it was like a basement show, but one of the bands there were pretty good. And I remember going to their merch table, and they had like a single CD out, like with case and everything, and like their album was like $5 or some shit like that. It wasn't expensive, and I remember I'm like, cool, can I get one? Sure, $5, here you go. And then they gave me a flyer, like a 3x5 flyer. And then this is when I knew the future of like local shows was one day gonna change and leave me out. The flyer had a QR code that would take you to the Spotify playlist that you just bought.
Oh no.
And I'm like, do I not get a CD with this? And they're like, no, the CD's just for decoration.
Oh no.
What?
Yeah, they didn't give me a CD. I bought the album, which came in a flyer that had a QR code.
You know what? It was so different. Like,
and I'm just like, I thought I was getting a CD.
I left the music scene, like I guess, like right before the pandemic, and what we were doing, we could go to like pawn shops and thrift stores, and we can get like old music equipment like pretty cheap. So we would get like old like studio equipment, and we would do the cassette tapes. We would have like this big multi-cassette like fucking deck, and we would like sell cassette tapes of our shit.
I've seen a lot more people
doing that. We had nothing online.
Yeah, like even Dillinger Escape Plan released an album on cassette tape, and it was like one of the last albums they released. And I was like, that's so fucking cool.
It was very affordable.
Like,
that was actually my first show I ever went to, Dillinger Escape Plan.
Oh, really? I love them so much.
They were playing with, oh my god, who's that one band everyone likes all of a sudden? Fuck, why am I forgetting? It was at the War Hall or War? It was in SF. You can tell the shit is really starting to hit me. San Francisco Warfield. Warfield, that's what it was. Warfield, Dillinger, Escape Plan. This is like back in like shit. Might have been
Bring Me the Horizon. I'm trying to think of like a band that everybody else.
Deftones. Deftones.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I saw them on that same tour. I saw them on that same tour in Phoenix. That was my introduction.
Oh, you did?
To them.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, because my friend, my drummer was like all about him. He's like, no, because I was like, I don't care about getting this show early. I don't care about seeing the openers. He's like, no, we need to see these guys. You don't fucking understand. And he was like losing it. He's like, we are gonna be there on time. Sure enough, we were there right on time, right as they were coming on stage to start their set. And I was like, these guys are fucking amazing. Like,
and they were the best part of the show.
Mathcore genre.
Because I remember we were going to see Deftones, and I remember thinking the same thing. I walked out going, "Holy fuck, who was that band that came before the Deftones?" Like it was.
Yeah, they're like they're like the genre's mathcore, right?
Yeah,
It's
I
like
think they're like
a
mathcore kind of vibe. Yeah, or like
because like I
towards
was
the
into
end
like
of
a
their
similar
shit.
band
Uh-huh.
called Botch,
Okay.
and they were like a mathcore band, and like yeah, some like the solos and it just gets really wild. It's really fun shit. That's like a good lineup. Deftones and fucking Dillinger is so solid.
I mean,
Yeah.
think about it this way, though, right?
They
Like,
complement each other so good. Like from from the show I saw, it was just like it was a good flow between the two because Dillinger got you pumped the fuck up, man. You're like ready to fucking go do some shit, and then like Deftones comes in, kind of brings that energy, and then like just you know how they are. Their music's like a wave that just kind of like
wind you down,
subtly crashes in. You know, you just it's all vibey.
No,
I love the Deftones
it was
memes.
a fucking wild show. Like, I still remember, like, my friend, we went with her mom, because I'm out of San Jose, right? So, like, SF is still, like, an hour away on car. And this is the first person, I like how this is going to come back to weed. She was the first adult that allowed us to smoke in her house. And her thing was like, if my daughter's going to smoke weed with friends, I'd rather be in my home where I can see them.
W.
Yeah, so we would all smoke together. It would be like me, her daughter, two other of our friends, then like the mom would sometimes join in with us, right? And she had like really cool like bongs and shit like that. So we always loved it. And when she took us to the Deftones, we were all like really fucking like obviously like high as well. We smoked in the car and shit like that. And I was 16 at the time. Like this is 2010. I was 16. And I also remember not long after that night, I was just thinking, I'm like every other 16-year-old, like keep in mind, like one, I was just freshly out as bisexual at the time and still like not out as a trans person. So like, obviously cis male at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And like most, I guess, teenage boys, I was like, yo, what if my friend's mom likes me? Because she was always smoking me out. And I remember like we all got cut off when I started trying to hit on her mom. And it did not go well, obviously. Like, she's like, maybe smoking with, my child's teenage friends is not a good idea. And from the day that I tried to hit on her until from the day that I tried to hit on her like onward, she just never smoked with us ever again. I'm like, shit, I
Poor
fucking
memory,
ruined it.
making it weird.
I wrecked it. But it was funny too, because I remember my friends are kind of mad. And again, like the bisexual part is relevant because one of my friends in particular, I remember we got in a fight because he's just like, dude, aren't you into like dudes now? Why'd you have to fucking ruin it?
You're like, listen, I'm for everybody.
It's like men, women, people my age, your mom. I don't care. Literally.
Your mom.
Stacy's mom has got it going on. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh my god. But it's every time I think of that show, because it was also like my first real concert that wasn't just like a backyard show or whatever. I always think back of like I have that shame in my head of like the time I got high and tried to hit on my friend's mom, and I was convinced she liked me.
That's like a core memory.
Yeah, but it always comes up whenever I hear the Dillinger escape plan, and as good as
so
they are, that's what comes to my head now too. What can you do? Hitting on mom's
Exposure
Dillinger
therapy.
escape plan,
You need to associate Dillinger with something else, like go on a nice relaxing walk and play some nice relaxing Dillinger escape plan on that walk, and then you'll think of the walk.
I'm gonna come out a power walker. But yeah, no, it's just a funny memory whenever I think about that. I was just like, damn, I really did try to hit on someone's mom, didn't I?
Whoops.
Like that shit happened. Like people joke about it, and I'm like, damn, I really did do that though. Like, Sorry, let me mute myself.
Sorry. I had somebody
Right.
telling me that I am directing people to the wrong site. Weird. Okay. Because
I never figured
guess
out
I
the
didn't put the underscore in. Oh, go ahead.
How do people
Never-
do the streaming to two platforms at once? I never figured that out.
There's an app called Restream.io that you can use. It'll link with OBS. It just allows you to like multi-stream to. I think you can stream to a lot more than even YouTube and Twitch. I think you may be able to do to Kick now too.
I'm switching to. I'm gonna be a Facebook streamer. I'm not like other streamers.
Oh no!
I'm arguing with your grandparent. Your grandparents are in my chat.
Have y'all heard of Joystick?
I have not.
Yeah, bars and
Okay.
joysticks or whatever. Is that the one?
Well,
Or is
it's
it
a
just
streaming
joystick?
service.
Mm-hmm.
It's a streaming service. It's like they basically said, what if we take Twitch and just like make it an SFW? And
There's a bunch of those.
no,
They're
it's like
actually doing relatively well
But
though.
it
Like,
didn't get overrun with Nazis and other
Yeah.
degenerates.
it didn't get overrun with Nazis and degenerates, but when
Well,
their
it
whole
did
thing
get
was
overrun with
like-
Nazis.
It
Degenerates,
did?
on the other hand. No, it
Oh,
didn't.
you're
but
right.
Degenerates, on the
yeah,
other hand.
yes, it does have degenerates.
But only the good kind, so we're good.
No, but like what got to me is that their whole thing is like, oh, basically Twitch but for gooning, and I'm like, all right, I can see that. And I made an account because I was like, I might do some of that stuff down the line. And I swear, it literally is just like Twitch, but without any clothes. Because like I was there, I was like ready to, I'm like, okay, I'm about to see some porn, and it's literally like some dude shirtless and like boxers playing fucking World of Warcraft, and I'm like, wait. This isn't exciting. This is just normal ass Twitch, but with less clothes.
So I mean, I feel like my mod would love that because, well, isn't Mixed Matty B like in your community as well, Jason?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah, they're a mod over here too. I love
Yeah,
Mixed
like that
Matty
just
B.
feels like a nudist like haven, you know?
yeah,
Right.
and that's what it is. It feels
'Cause,
like a
like-
nudist Twitch.
Just
and then,
casual
like-
nudism.
Yeah, and you would think
Like
that it's
playing
gonna be
Call of
like
Duty.
sexy, but it's not, because it's people literally just doing the same shit they do on Twitch, but without any clothes. Like it's just, I don't know. I was just like, I don't know what I expected. I can see how we arrived here, but I don't know that this was what I was expecting, at least.
right.
You know, like
I mean, based, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, I sat there on this other website for a whole hour watching a guy play World of Warcraft. Like, I wasn't even, like, turned on or anything by the end of the whole thing. I'm just like, oh, you can clear that in an hour? Okay.
By the way,
You mean
nice
I don't have to get
dog.
ready?
You know, like
Yeah.
good game, bro. Nice dong. Catch you later.
First chat, nice cock throw.
That's literally what it felt like. I was like, I don't know what I was expecting.
Leftist Corp and Samson in the same chat. That's like
I
some
know.
Batman Bruce Wayne kind of shit.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a little concerned. Little concerned.
I'm trying to see the chat. How do you see it? Oh, there it is.
You gotta,
Panel.
yeah. And you can pop it out. And that's what I did.
Oh, Serotonin Crunch. Don't worry, Andromeda. I knew you'd fit in with Jason's crowd. Stoners, I found, get along with pretty well with each other. In
Yeah.
general.
All you're gonna do is show up here and not be an asshole. Like, it's so easy, and
Mhm.
and yet every so often somebody fails the test, and it's amazing.
Oh my god. We have had some people fail the test where I know me and Globus have been sitting here like, All right,
Wait, how
because there's
people
one
hop
person
on?
I remember specifically getting into it twice with two different
Yeah, it's
on
like,
two
wow,
different
you're
shows
just
with
gonna
two different people.
keep talking, aren't you? You're just gonna
And I was
keep
just like,
fucking
all right,
digging.
well, it's content. Like
We're all too relaxed.
How do you
We're all
start
too lax
beef
for
on a
that.
podcast called Stonercast?
You bring on somebody
Politics.
who is who sees value in electoralism, and somebody who wants to blow the system up, who both talk vociferously about politics when they're not on Stonercast, and then somehow get into a conversation about how it's good to vote for weed policy on the local level, and somebody's saying how voting is bullshit, and then the total chaos that fucking
That sounds like a
And-
very
and
common.
they just used poor words, right? Like to that particular individual that they were talking to, because that particular individual that they were talking to was not going to stand for it, right? Like they were not going to let it go.
They
They were going
Swear
to
or
address the situation.
Yeah, and they're an extremely
And I love them
intelligent
for
person
that.
on top of that just
I
like
love them for that.
it was they like as far as like on that level of like chewing someone up and spitting them out, they did a fucking that shit was surgical. It was fucking surgical. So yeah, but hopefully lesson learned for that person. Now the other person that they had the conversation with, not so much. That went back and forth between those two. Because
I don't know. I find it hard to argue with people who I feel like ideologically you can simmer them down to don't be an asshole.
right.
Yeah, and I don't know. That's just the way I kind of see everything. Like, if you ask me, what does it mean to be a leftist? I would say it's that. Don't be an asshole. Literally anything that you could point to that's like a leftist policy comes down to don't be an asshole, right? Like, socialized healthcare, right? Don't be an asshole to people. They deserve care. Don't be an asshole to people. They deserve food and a house, right?
Freeman.
Yeah, like
Okay,
even
but-
gendering someone correctly comes down to don't be an asshole. Like, and I don't know why. I feel like with some people, like I get it. We all have different ideas on how to get there. And we can certainly discuss those. But sometimes I'm just like, like, I know we disagree, but can we just chill for a moment? Like, I not everything
Right.
has to be fucking contentious. Like,
Right, yeah. And like
sometimes
if somebody has the same aims as me, like, and we have a different strategy to get there, so long as like their strategy is not inhumane or fucked up to people, I'm like, okay, that's cool. Like as far as
I'm
that
not sure
conversation goes, and I'm not going to jump too far down that rabbit hole, but like as far as that conversation went, like I think it's important to vote on a local level, on a federal level, like less so, But you can, like, I was a part of changing policy in Arizona when they legalized cannabis for medical use and then for rec. Like I went out and did signature drives with people and participated in that, and that's why that shit got legal in Arizona. It wouldn't have happened any other way, So on that level, I think that thing works. But like, I totally understand people being disillusioned with voting on the federal level. That was always my take. But go ahead.
There's a tension that we're gonna run into that's happening a lot right now that I've noticed, and there's a back to brunch crowd, and there's people that have been like active in their communities for several years. Some people like decades.
Oh shit! You mean in general? I thought you meant right now, and I'm like, there's tension right now.
No. I mean, I'm talking in general. We're talking about like these types of conversations with people who want to enter a leftist space, but like a well-intended liberal that like enters a leftist space and immediately gets combative, because when you start describing what leftism is, you start getting into maybe decolonial, anti-capitalist conversations. They get defensive. I've been seeing this a lot, and it's funny
You're not
because
wrong. I do want to point out though that an unfortunate aspect of leftists, especially online leftists, is they tend to let's say in the nicest possible way, be disrespectful and heavy-handed when it comes to people like that, right? Now, so you're not going to change everyone's mind and like that, but sometimes think of it like this. You have gone your entire life believing that the sky is blue, and this person who you're enjoying their content and everything else, and then they tell you that the sky is in fact green, right? And they can prove that the sky is green. That's going to shock you to your core. And the very first thing that most people do when confronted with something that, shocks them to their core is react negatively. Right? Like they're going to look at it as a personal attack because it's their identity. It's part of who they are. So we as leftists need to consider that. I'm not saying that anybody has to do anything. I'm not, we need to talk to. All I'm saying is just think about that when you're talking to somebody. And is this, is there a way that I can say this to them in order for them to understand and maybe change their mind, or give them something that is going to just start to erode their beliefs that they so strongly have and make them question those beliefs, and that these things pile on top of each other, right? Like if you support a system of capitalism, that automatically means winners and losers, right? Like if you can put that into their head, then it can work that way. Go ahead, please.
Kind of finish my thought real quick. Sorry. But like, what I'm kind of talking about more is not like they're well-intended liberals. They come into spaces and they dominate the spaces immediately. And it kind of seems like at this point it's like a seasonal occurrence. Every No Kings, people tell me as like a immediate response to I don't know anything I'm saying about like what we need to do as a community, how we need to act as a community. I guess the most recent example being when I was talking about rapid response somewhere, somebody fucking said, well, what do you do? It comes up in electoralism especially. Well, what are you doing? Name one thing that you do, At least we're out there. And they're saying that to somebody that's been actively helping their community for 10 years. They come in and they dominate the space, and when you try to educate them, they're not listening, and that's the problem. I can be charitable, I can be patient, but there is a problem with liberals coming into leftist spaces and trying to dominate the conversation rather than listen. And I think that's where a lot of the tension that, I'm trying to describe is coming from. I mean, Kamala's going to run. Kamala's talking about running again.
That is the saddest thing.
I found an anti-fascist group on Facebook, and I said, you know what, fuck it, let's see what's in here. And everybody was trying to defend Graham Plattner and his Nazi tattoo in an anti-fascist group. And I'm just at a loss for words, Like I sat there and I left some polite explanations left, but it really did feel like talking to a wall. And there's this thing where they want to do something to change everything, and they're so positive that it's not too late. Who could we run? Who could we run? They're not doing anything for damage control. They're immediately going to lecture us about who we might not vote for. Mm-hmm. They were lecturing us for not voting for Gavin Newsom, and he hadn't even announced that he was running. They were hypothetically lecturing us for hypothetically not voting for him in case he might run, type shit.
Right. Because
it's a clog in leftist spaces. I'll stop. I'll let you guys go.
No. I don't disagree. Right? It's a sliding scale, right? There are people you can talk to. There are people that you can't, and this exists in right wingers. It exists in liberals, and it exists in leftists. Right? A good leftist, in my opinion, is someone who is able to have conversations. Not with everybody. I'm not an absolutist. And like anyone who comes in and tries to dominate the space isn't interested in actually putting together a coalition, right? The very thing that liberals are allegedly supposed to be famous for, that kind of thing. It's that there's a doctrine in many things, right? Like there are certain leftist spaces, and I'm just using this as an example. I'm not attacking leftists. There are certain leftist spaces where you cannot deviate from the doctrine. There are certain things that if you say something other than what their worldview is, you're just wrong, and and you will get pounded on for that. It's that same kind of mentality.
That happened to me recently. I'm not going to say what stream.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think you could make a list of things that like they need to understand. Like there is a list of things that I can recall I had to unlearn, some things I had to learn 100%. That brought me from, because I remember when I was a naive liberal, I remember before I was like, left with no deniability as to, what the truth is. For me, the point of radicalization was I got a random staffing agency job that landed me at a refugee camp. That's how I landed here. For everybody, it's different, but there was things that I needed to learn. One of them is, the whole capitalism and no ethical consumption over it, all that stuff. Like that's kind of like one of the things you definitely need to learn. And I feel like we could make a list of a few other things, because like these are things that you could probably put get talking points around, right? Because we have these conversations over and over again, over and over and over and over again. Eventually it's just like, fuck it, here's a fucking list of things. Could just, you know what I mean? It really feels like it gets down to that point. You ever talk to somebody and you feel like you are regurgitating word for word something I've heard 1,000 times?
Yeah, and that I feel that in my soul. There are so many people who, especially like in that liberal or even right wing sphere, that come at me like they're fucking Magellan and have discovered this new argument, and it's like, and when you try to cut them off, no, I understand this, and like that, then they get angry, and it's like, okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Go on, cook, dude.
Okay, now to the point that I was making half an hour ago, you dumb fuck, right? Like I feel that annoyance in my heart.
I think both of you, what's interesting to me are describing what I like to call the double-edged sword of leftism, which is ideology, right? And that why there's this perception that a lot of people on the left always argue a whole lot, or leftist infighting, like the memes or whatever, are precisely because leftists in general, at least compared to conservatives or liberals, are incredibly ideologically driven. Meaning, it's not candidate driven, it's not individual driven, it's very much driven by what is our ideology and who's willing to come on board with it. And that problem is that, with a lot of different leftists, and as far as like, quote, infighting, the moment your ideology shifts even like 0.5% from someone else, because they are so attached to that ideology, it feels like a personal strife, if that makes sense, or a personal like jab. Likewise, like with conservatives not having a proper ideology, that's why they have such an easy time just regurgitating the same points, because they don't know what the fuck they're saying, they're just, I heard this, I'm gonna repeat it. And there's a sort of solidarity that's the right's double-edged sword, in the sense, and that they don't know what the fuck they're saying, but they are sticking together because they're not precisely because they are not ideologically driven, but more so driven by the spectacle, or driven by the win, right? Driven by the head figure, as opposed to ideology itself.
They could even be driven by like abortion, right? kill baby bad is something that they understand. Now, it's way more nuanced than that, but their understanding of it is kill baby bad. And that's fair, right? Like, nobody's calling for 11-month abortions out here. But within that context, like, they're able to forego everything else. They're willing to forego everything else in order to rally around that single point. And leftists, we are all, we're a group of people who are either marginalized or supportive of marginalized groups. And all of that means that we all have our different perspectives and points of view, and we have to take a step back when someone from the community is addressing an issue that affects their community, and it is that nuance, and it is that that interest in learning and standing by a broad set of values as opposed to a narrow set of values that is both the wonder and the challenge of leftism.
A friend of mine.
Sorry,
that
I have a high
he's
thought. I was wondering if I
Go
can get a quick high thought in before I forget it. But Globus, is your name based off of Pliny the Elder?
It is not.
Damn it. Okay. That was my high thought. Sorry.
Yeah, no, like, I mean, in some ways it could be, I guess. But I did not think of that when I was doing it. But I do know who Pliny is. James doesn't. James from the internet doesn't. And I thought that was hilarious.
No, I really thought it was Pliny the Elder, like the beer. Not even the person, but like the beer.
Okay.
If you haven't
Speaking
had
of
it,
James from the internet, hey James.
James from the internet. Hey, I don't know where you are, but hello. Oh, there you are. I see you.
On the internet, obviously. It's in the name.
But yeah, if y'all haven't
I wish I
tried
could.
it, Pliny the Elder.
I wish I could find a quote. But a friend of mine said something on Facebook that was really interesting, and he's like a church guy, I guess, like a theologist type that I met. He used to run a migrant shelter, but he was talking about like the names of different churches and how like the leftist leaning churches tend to have names that like describe the way the congregation is organized, and I can't remember like how he described like the conservative churches having their names, but it sounded like a lot like what Transgirl was describing right now. It reminded me a lot of that. I'm like trying to scroll so I can find it. I don't think I'm gonna be able to find it. But it is interesting, like, I guess there does seem to be like some organizational difference for sure between the left and the right, like just in general broadly.
Yeah, no, there absolutely is. I think that a perfect example is even like leftists who believe in the state as an instrument of power are resistant to hierarchy, right? The whole purpose of the existence of the state is supposed to support inequality across the board, where like your anarchist types are more anti-state for the same reason, where right-wingers and to a strong extent liberals tend to value hierarchy. Liberals tend to believe they're valuing meritocracy and achievement and things like that. And right-wingers have more mandated authorities through like religion and like military and things like that, where like you come in, and even business, right? You come in and you submit to the authority that's above you and you command to the people underneath you. And I think that really is a structural difference between, broadly speaking, those three groups.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I got lost halfway there because I noticed that the cat was just like walking, and then it just like halfway through was just like, yeah, fuck this, and plopped it down or whatever.
We do love cats.
And like
Yeah,
you were
I disagree.
talking, and I
Lights
was,
all over the place.
I
I found
was
the
engaged,
quote.
and I just saw him peek out, and I'm like, wait, cat.
Okay, so I found the post my friend made, and he goes, "I've been thinking about how churches are named. Your conservative churches have names like Baptist, Evangelical, Pentecostal, Apostolic, and your more mainline liberal Protestant churches have names like Congregational, Presbyterian, Episcopal. The names of the first group describe more about mission. They're there to baptize, to spread good word, to keep the spirit of the Pentecostal alive, whatever. And the names of the second group tell you how the churches are structured. So I wonder if this ties into a communal mindset versus an individualist mindset, because that's another thing that I notice when I'm like, having these frustrating conversations with people, is pointing out that they're coming from a very individualist mindset rather than like a communal. People start Batman posting about a revolution and individual saviors and shit like that, when
Right.
it doesn't work that way.
I literally think it just comes back to don't be an asshole. Like,
Generally, yes.
yeah, like if you think about it, right? A lot of those churches that focus on like social justice or the way that they're organized or whatever, like a large part of it you can probably simmer down to, hey, God says don't be an asshole, so try not to be an asshole, right? And keeping in line with like this the church analogy. Whereas some Christian churches are like, it doesn't matter what you do as long as it's done in the name and glory of God.
Right.
And those also tend to be the more conservative churches, which, if we want to translate it, what does that mean? Doesn't matter if you're an asshole, just do the right things. And it comes back to that. Like, it comes back to don't be an asshole versus people who think you have every right to be an asshole.
Yeah.
You might be right. I might have just
Entitled-
taken like a really
entitled
long
dicks.
way to.
No, and
I might have been
like, I like simmering it down, because my whole thing is like, if I can't explain it to my 5-year-old nephew, and that's kind of how I approach things. And yeah,
But they don't. This is the thing. No one thinks they're the villain, right, in their own story. So when they're being an asshole, this is why, like, they talk about, like, God doesn't want you to have, talking back about the abortion, God doesn't want you to have the abortion, right? That's authority again. That's hierarchy. God is head chief of all, and if he doesn't want something, then it's bad. Ergo, I'm not being an asshole. I am carrying out the word of the Lord, right? Like the head dude in charge. And the fact that you're not listening to the hierarchy is bothering me, right? Like, I can't, it's causing me physical pain because you won't do. He's God. How do you not? He's God. You just listen to him. That's what you do.
It's a very old colonial mindset, like conquistador kind of mindset that's shaped.
I guess a better way to
our whole
rephrase what I
world.
was trying to say would be, like, at what point does one have a permission to be an asshole? And that's where conservatives and, like, I guess leftists or even liberals would differ. In the sense that, I like the way that I think about it, right? Like, you ever meet people that have a shirt that says like, yeah, I'm an asshole, like, what, like those edgy t-shirts or whatever, like,
Yeah.
so there
Stabbing
are,
Westward had a shirt that said "I'm such an asshole" on the back of it. I love that shirt. I wore that shirt so long.
And it's like, I don't think that people see themselves as a villain per se, but some people certainly know they're not the good guy,
Like an anti-hero. They
and
like
really,
there's that justification that it's like righteous indignation, and you're
And
not
they
just
really-
harassing this person or something.
yeah, and they really lean into it by going, well, I'm an asshole anyway, so I'm just gonna be an asshole. It's not that they think that they're doing something wrong, they just think that they have the right. And I think that's kind of like, at what point, where do you draw the line of just don't be an asshole? I think it's a pretty good indicator of, how left you really are or not. just because of that, right? Like, if you think like, oh, the fact that I am right about something gives me the right to be an asshole, we might have some problems, right? Like at its basis, because like it's just, what do you care more about? Do you care more about like, being right so much so that you're just going to be a total fucking asshole to everyone, and like where does that line end or begin or whatever? And that's it. Like, I'll work with people who maybe ideologically speaking they don't have the vocabulary to describe, I guess, what their ideology is. But if I can sense that, like, oh, you're not an asshole, at least, or whatever that they're doing does not come from a place of assholery for assholery's sake, then it's like, I can work with you. You might have only been exposed to like liberal talking points, so you think that's the best way to kind of get to the end point. But if your end point is, I just don't want to be an asshole and people deserve this, people deserve that, I can work with that. Even if you think liberalism is the way to get there, I disagree. But the fact that we both can agree on this is what our end goal should be, I can work with that. And with some conservatives, that's not their end goal. And that's why it makes it so hard to work with conservatives versus like why working with liberals sometimes feels like it's possible. Whether or not it is, it's a whole other story. But that's why it feels possible, because some people who are, liberals are liberals because that's all they've been exposed to. But I feel like we can kind of gauge this whole intent of like, well, at least you're not an asshole, And I feel like that's a good place to start. I don't know. Am I too high for this and just going around in circles?
Not at all.
No,
Okay.
No, I think we're arriving at the point where we talk about like we're arriving to the empathy part of the conversation. I think you kind of like bridge the conversation to that, because
leftism is empathy, right? Like at the end of the day.
Yeah, because we're talking.
It's rooted in that.
When is it an okay to be an asshole? When is it like righteous indignation or whatever? Versus like, how does empathy affect your approach to problems? I think a lot of it like it's like, yeah, don't be an asshole and lead with empathy kind of are the same thing. Maybe empathy just getting a little bit more specific and, seeing someone else's point of view, considering lived experiences that you might not have and things like that. So I guess the whole thing is kind of a conversation about empathy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I think you hit the point right there. Because when you get like a conservative or a liberal in that scenario, if you can overcome like Dunning-Kruger and get to the other side of that, or if they're not somebody who knows everything, then usually like they'll want to learn from like, okay, this guy has been framing houses for 15 years, I'm going to listen to him when he talks about framing houses. You just have to establish that you have to make them understand that the skill you're trying to teach them is something that has value and that you can demonstrate to them somehow that you are, at least more skilled in this particular skill than they are. And from that point, you can get them to follow you, because they do understand that such a thing is true, that there are people who can frame a wall and do it in a way that wall doesn't fall down, and there are other people who don't do that and put in shit work. You just have to get to that point with them on this particular subject.
Yeah, and that's why like, yeah, and that's why it has to be a communal effort, like the go into the individualism versus communal thinking. I'm not even really like a jack of all trades. There's so many things that I'm just flat out not good at, and that limits like what I would be able to do in terms of organizing and making changes. The only way to accomplish things like what Food Not Bombs does, for example, is to get a group of people and build off of each other's strengths. Who's good at scheduling the rosters and taking care of like logistics and stuff, and who's good at doing the actual cooking, who's good at talking to people and, doing the distribution and then all of that. Like everybody's, working on their strengths, right? But I think like people kind of coming into the whole anti-fascist thing, they're very worked up. They've like maybe got like a little bit of adrenaline going because they're having arguments online. They're coming to terms with the fact that like, I don't know, maybe the collapse of fucking, an empire or whatever the fuck, right? And they're panicking, and they're imagining themselves in some kind of like LARPy role. They think that being Antifa is actually what the Republicans describe it as, and then they come into this space and they realize that like, what the fuck is this? This is like a soup kitchen, and like you guys are like doing community closets and stuff. I thought we were gonna fucking end fascism, and they don't see how that is doing it.
Right.
Yeah. Some of the most
They want it to be something more flashy and cinematic,
Yep. I want to be the hero of the revolution.
It's still the main character syndrome that carries over from that internalized capitalism. Because remember, in that capitalist mindset, it's still one guy, right? One billionaire that's going to be the guy that is, benevolent and gives it all away. So even in their activism early on, when they're making these changes, there's still that main character syndrome, that idea of like singularly being the one instead of understanding like the value of working in concert with others and in coalition with others. That hasn't presented for them in full yet. You know what I mean? Like they're still working towards that part of it, because to them it's still, you got to get your trophy. Or like, I always like to equate this to like martial arts, right? Because you go and study martial arts overseas, they don't use fucking belts to rank you. It's because Americans needed a way to value themselves. And that's when they started using belts, like in judo, And so that's very much the same way. Like these people, they feel like they need to get the next badge up on the leftist, on the leftist chart, like, let me rank myself up. They're still trying to climb up the ladder instead of being like, no, that's not how it works. We work collectively. We work together.
They want a little
and we build together.
Antifa captain patch right here,
Yeah, exactly. I think that's just indicative of people like being conditioned by capitalism. I think it's very much a feature of that. And breaking away, they do. I do think they feel like they have something to prove on top of that, because they're stepping out. They're saying like, yeah, I'm rejecting all this shit, like I'm one of you, and they want to be the person getting the kudos.
Hello, fellow leftists. Wait, what's all this communism? What the fuck?
Right? Yeah.
And that's actually like one of those things. It's a perfect example. You can describe a bunch of different facets of like socialism or communism, and you can get liberals and sometimes even conservatives to go along with it. But as soon as you use the C word, they freak the fuck out, right? Like, because, Jason, you're old like me. Like, we saw Red Dawn back in the day, and we were ready to be the heroes of defending the United States against the evil empire invading and taking over the world. There's a whole lot of propaganda built up, and there are still people to this day who authentically believe that all this stuff is evil and it's going to destroy everything, and it's their job to defend it.
Yeah. And it's funny because like I see people falling for the same regime change rhetoric that led us into this Iran situation.
Yeah.
As soon as they bring up North Korea. And it's hilarious because they'll have no war with Iran like on their fucking profile, like as a banner or whatever. And then they will be like arguing why like there needs to be regime change in North Korea and we have to go to war with them for reasons.
Yeah.
They don't see the parallels.
We have to liberate those people. We have to liberate those people from their horrible government. And meanwhile, we're beating our people in the street and locking them up unjustly for no fucking reason, and murdering people. Cops just murdering people and just it's another day for me. They'll get paid leave and whatever's, but it's these other countries that are the problems and live in dictatorships and horrible situations. I love
I'm an
that.
all states are bastards kind of guy, so I don't, but like I'm an also like that is not our issue to deal with, right? Like we got to deal with our home shit and leave those fucking people alone and let them work out their own shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's less a conversation about like their, means of governing themselves, and it's more a conversation about our tendency to act as an imperial colonial entity and extend our tentacles into other people's business to benefit ourselves.
Mhm.
The entire global south, North Korea, Yemen, the list goes on, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you were talking a little bit about the propagandizing. One thing I look at with that is, right now, Iran. Yo, if you were in the 80s and you watched movies in the 80s as a kid, Not Without My Daughter, there was freaking the one about the hostage situation with the airplanes. There was every fucking movie in the, I think Chuck Norris even did it, but Delta Force even touched
Delta
on
Force.
with war with Iran and shit like that. All these movies did, all of them, and you were propagandized to like a motherfucker that Iran was bad, just as bad as Russia. Iran it was the same shit. It was the same playbook. You know what I mean? And
Same
they
thing
were
with China.
conditioning people even back then. Yeah.
The amount of
Forget
people
movies as
that
well.
are terrified of China still, and they really can't list a good reason for it.
I would say forget movies as well. The propagandizing happened at every media angle. If you are my age, I'm 32. You probably remember Albino Black Sheep, or what was that, Newgrounds? I think it was a lot of these Flash games that kids grew up on.
Oh, you're talking about
yeah.
the Bush? That sounds familiar.
Yeah, and a lot of those games was literally you're an American soldier and there's a terrorist somewhere, and it was usually
yeah. Early Family
from
Guy.
the Swana region. Yeah, early Family Guy. Movies aside, the propagandization was everywhere. It was especially hard. I remember in the 2000s when, obviously after 9/11, the way that that they fucking just pushed that message that folks from the Swana region want to kill you, they hate America, so on and so forth, was so fucking hard. It was everywhere. Video games,
Do you remember
cartoons,
Jeff
and all kinds of cartoons. Yeah,
Oh,
Jeff
yeah.
Dunham. Yeah,
comedian. Yeah.
yeah. See what I mean? Yeah.
The racist
Even South
caricature of it was a dead terrorist. His bit, and Comedy Central and TV played the fuck out of him. It was dog shit fucking stand up, and it was on TV every fucking night. And I would tell myself, when are they gonna play something else? This was back in the day. And yeah, for anybody that doesn't know, Jeff Dunham's, one of his skits is he's a ventriloquist with a puppet. The puppet is a skeleton with a fucking turban and a beard, and he's a dead terrorist that killed himself in a suicide bombing, and now he makes Durka jokes for the family. And that was the early 2000s. I forgot about that shit.
Here's the way you beat it, though. And something that I do have is, a criticism for a lot of folks who are on the left. It's something that I've noticed as someone who, really up until even 3 years ago, I was still working for the Democratic Party. I'm pretty new to leftism as a whole. But my criticism to that would be is that all of us on the left are a little bit insulated and forget how day-to-day people act, right? To us, the way you described what was his name? I think his name was Ahmed too, right? It was super stereotypical. Yeah. It's horrible. The way, even the way you said it, it sounds horrible or whatever. But I think we also have to acknowledge the fact that to an everyday person who's not constantly thinking about, the dynamics of race, the dynamics of racism, hasn't been open to any of these dialogues, that that, you know, to people like them, this is like peak fucking humor.
Mm-hmm.
They, you
It's
know,
not until you have like a friend that's like, you know, Middle Eastern or something that calls you out on it. Like when you're not connected to like some leftist spear that's, you know, like giving you conversations where you can think deeply about this shit, you know, like when you're maybe younger, maybe a normie, you know, not exposed to all this shit, you're not going to realize that until you meet somebody who is directly affected by that rhetoric that calls you out, you know.
I
Like
think that's
people that don't have
more-
Mexican friends making Mexican jokes
Mhm.
type stuff. I feel like
I think-
they don't really realize it until they get like a call out from a homie.
and
It's
even
usually what it
then,
takes.
then call outs don't happen, right? Like in a lot of like, especially non-leftist circles, calling out a friend for being shitty is so rare.
It's a
that
risk.
Yeah, I don't know for sure, and there's a reason for it, right? That even having friends or being exposed to certain groups, or a lot of people who have not had, you know, the chance to really talk about dialogues that, you know, about basically respecting other folks or so on and so forth, that even then, like, I don't think it's going to click in their head, right? Just having a friend alone, which is why I really think, you know, going back to what I mentioned about it being a flaw, in my opinion, is at least in leftist circles, because we're so insulated to the way that we think that we forget that others don't think the same way. And I think that's why, like, not to bring this back, but like the whole, you know, if someone looks like they're just not trying to be an asshole, then, you know, it could just be that they don't have the dialogue, they don't have the vocabulary or whatever. Maybe they haven't even had the time to really, you know, sit down and think about, like, you know, hey, what is it that's causing my conditions? Because, you know, maybe they're too busy running 2 jobs or so. But my criticism of a lot of folks on the left is that we forget that there's all of these explanations for different folks that go beyond just, you know, I'm a shitty person. And I think back to, like, you know, like those type of shirts that I mentioned, right? Like, if I see someone wearing a shirt where they're deliberately being an asshole, and I go, you're probably a shitty person. But, like, Globus, you said you had a shirt like that. You're not an asshole. You know?
I may have been at the time.
And I
wasn't always this evolved.
Yeah, but I just think we need to, like, think about that, right? Like, whenever we, like, want to talk about, especially like in online spaces, right? I usually tell folks you have 2 types of spaces: learning spaces or friend spaces. And if you're going to keep a space where you're like, this is a space for learning, then you kind of have to accept that not everyone is going to accept what you're going to say on the first go. And what matters is understanding that, you know, hey, like, well, do you at least, maybe, I don't know if emotionally is the right word, but at least like on a, like an ideological level, is the main goal of the way of what you think, you know, I just want to minimize harm, or I want to be able to provide for people, or so on and so forth, because that I can work with, right? But I feel like, again, a lot of leftists forget this and go straight for like a heavy hand sometimes. And I get it, but I also don't know if I'm like 100% for the immediate heavy hand.
Well, one thing we have to remember is that a lot of people come to leftism through vicarious trauma, right? Like, there's a bunch of people who watched, taking a more recent event, the events that happened in was it Minneapolis, right, with Good and Pretty, and that was their, you know, what radicalized you moment, right? Like, because there is a certain amount of, from our point of view, it, you know, it isn't necessarily valid, but from their point of view, they shot someone who looks like me now, right? And now it hit home. So now it affects me. And that's what drives people. And that's more common than a lot of leftists want to. Like, be honest with yourself. Nobody's got to say anything. Nobody's got to type anything in chat. But be honest with yourself. If you were like, grew up as Bill Gates's kid and had that money, you're going to live an entirely different kind of life. You're going to have an entirely different set of values. and maybe you do nice things for people, and maybe you contribute in an actual meaningful way, but there's a strong chance that you just don't, because the things that affect you is because we're poor, right? Or we know people, or we ourselves are marginalized, or anything else like that. It is because these things are close to home that we react to them. You know what I mean? And it's that kind of thing that we always have to keep in our minds when we're talking about empathy. And I'm not always perfect, but I try to practice radical empathy, right? Like to really understand how the other person got where they are, so that, there before the grace of God go I kind of thing, but also like, how did you get there so I can walk you back out of the desert kind of thing, And right. I don't know that everyone does that.
So I guess for me, like, I like kind of like if you're not an asshole, then I'll work with you kind of thing. I have a similar kind of value. Maybe it's, again, kind of boiled down, but the way I look at it is, if you're not a bigot, like, if you're not harboring, any kind of negative direction towards somebody because of mutable characteristics, I can find a way to talk to you. I may not agree with you.
If you're not a danger to my community, I guess is a pretty common line, right?
Yeah, and I can find a way to talk to you. I may not agree with you, and our conversations may get heated at times, but I tend to lend people a lot of leeway, especially more in my interpersonal life. Not so much online, because I realize that a lot of people coming online to have these conversations, especially in my chat, just asking questions, are not just asking questions. We all know that. But yeah. But in my day-to-day life, like, if I have a friend or family member who is like, they're in every other way, but they don't understand like maybe some of the dialectic principles that leftists kind of adhere to and focus on in terms of how we view economy and things like that. I can talk to them about it. I can talk them through that, and I can talk to them about how capitalism is actually breeding the injustice that they are against in other communities, right? Like, there's an inroads there. There's a big inroads there. It's hard to do that otherwise. So, like, if you have somebody carrying hateful sentiment towards somebody else, or like has malicious intent, like, there are truly people in the MAGA movement that it's not just that they have these ideas about MAGA, that they're doing follow the leader with MAGA or Trump. It's that they really want to hurt people. And you can see it. They get giddy about seeing people get hurt. And so this is a completely different caliber of person that, like, there's no... how do you have a conversation with that? You know what I mean? Yeah, because they're excited to see somebody get... Like, they were excited to see Preddy get shot in the face. Or shot in the head,
it's like, the whole thing... Remember a few years ago, there was that... it was around the time when Richard Spencer was a thing, where people on Twitch, a certain group of people, not everyone, thought that you could, like, talk to Nazis, right, and have that meaningful conversation and all that kind of shit.
The aisle.
In order to, if someone is getting enjoyment of the pain and suffering of others, there's a tremendous amount of therapy that person has to go through in order to get away from that. And you're not going to be able to talk to that person. You cannot fix them. You know what I mean? They're so out of any kind of normal, even by like generally accepted standards, you're not going to do it. Like that. I do have to interject. I have to break out real quick. I gotta go do a thing. If y'all are still here when I get back, should be like 15-20 minutes tops. Then I will jump back in if that's cool.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be here.
All right, peace.
Peace out.
Because Purrito should almost be on, right?
Yeah, I think Purrito's just about there. Oh, hey. Jamie Burns is hanging out in the green room.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
see.
Oh, just barely.
Let's see what Jamie Burns has to say. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just gonna say, like, I'm sitting at a comfortable spot, but, like, I'm, like, at that point where you kind of overestimate or underestimate really how high you are, and you're like, maybe I can do one more.
Oh no! I see. I'm the worst one for that because I'll be like, do like 5 more.
I switched from the wax pens to flowers specifically because my tolerance was getting too
Okay.
much, man.
You know what?
I was
Here,
like-
hold on.
I had to
Oh,
tone
no,
myself down
keep
and
going.
like I feel less high than normal,
Hmm.
but I feel okay. But like I could feel that I'm tapered down.
Yeah.
I feel the taper. I feel like I got a low taper fade on my high, you know?
I
Does
love
that make
that.
sense?
I
What
kind of
if my
get
high
the
had a
same
low
way.
taper
Like,
fade?
I kind of get the same way after I've like done RSO because like if you do a thing of RSO while you're getting high and then like the next day you go and get high, it's like it shoots your tolerance up so fucking much. It's like, dude, usually it takes me a couple
think the
days
thing
to
that-
kind of balance back out.
The thing that got it for me is I went to bed, I had smoked and everything, and the weed wasn't helping me sleep. I was like, the tolerance is too high, you know?
Yeah.
You want to see something really cool?
I shouldn't have to like smoke extra, like more than normal to get like the sleepy high, you know?
Yeah.
It
So
used to
this
be like I would be so busy during the day that I really wouldn't smoke until like I got home from work, did my like cook dinner and everything,
Hmm.
and then it would be like, you know, the perfect high. But lately, because
Right.
I've kind of been in between jobs again,
Yummy. Look at that. That's a jar. Well,
Yes, hello?
You both got me beat.
Yes,
Here's
hello,
here's
weed.
my jar of flour.
Let's go.
we're like a whole gradient. We're like a whole
Right?
gradient here. The diversity.
With these gummies I tried. It was like THCD or something,
Uh-huh.
and it's like, oh, it'll help me be like alert and energetic. It was like, it's literally all of the good things that I look for in a gummy, but like also all of the worst, everything I hate about energy drinks at the same time.
Look
Like,
how dumb.
I
Oh
had
boy.
that body high, so my body felt like not painless, but like the pain was minimal. But also, I felt like I needed to clean everything right fucking now. And I was starting to get annoyed at my children for existing because they make messes. And I was like, maybe I shouldn't take this anymore. Ever.
No shit. Like that, huh? Fuck.
Because, like,
You guys wanna
did
see
an
my-
okay job of getting rid of the pain, but, like, the thing that I like about taking, like, normal THC is there's a certain point where I'm still in pain, but now I don't give a fuck.
Right. I see that.
You know what it
I
is?
used to smoke weed
Pain
when I
is
had a
just-
fever. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just
Wait,
gonna
what
say
was
pain is just THC leaving your body.
Kinda,
that?
yeah.
True.
Put that on a
True.
I'm
t-shirt.
just reintroducing it.
I was gonna say I used to smoke weed when I had a fever. Like whenever I would get like the flu, I
Mhm.
would smoke weed, and I would feel like I didn't have a fever anymore. The headache would go away, but I would check my temperature and I would still have a fever. And I always thought that was interesting. Like
Well, it's
it just like masked it.
Yeah.
you still feel bad. Like, your body is still fighting that fever, but, like, your brain has shut off that thing that cares about it.
Right.
Yeah, like there's a receptor thing going on probably. Somebody with a degree explain it to me.
Yeah, exactly.
I have
I
a
just-
degree and I can't.
I have a
Oh.
degree, but not in this. We,
I was
you
counting
wanna
on
talk
you.
about? We could talk about religious history if you want, but like I would bore you all.
Religious
Yeah,
history.
Mine was in legal studies, so we're gonna compete for boredom.
Okay.
We should co-stream someday. The Boredom Cast.
Explain to me the origins of the Orthodox Church, but explain it to me in legal speak.
Oh shit.
Okay, so the people who were already in charge just dressed up
Objection.
in robes.
Sustain.
Actually, that's a good way to fucking put it. In the middle of her explanation, just objection.
That was actually pretty good.
That's the origin.
You both nailed it.
Orthodox Church.
10 out of 10.
But that's literally it. The people who were already in charge of shit and wanted to be more in charge of shit just put robes on and called themselves holy.
They look like mages from Skyrim.
This is actually true of almost every world religion.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Have you considered maybe they are? How else would
I
they have
mean-
the same robes across history and time?
I've never seen them.
I'm
do
kidding, by the
magic,
way. I'm not.
but
I don't believe in
The
wizards.
absence of evidence isn't the evidence of absence, so maybe they do know how to throw fireballs out of their hands.
Before anybody takes you seriously, I do not believe in wizards. Don't worry.
Why not?
Andro
Nothing's wrong with wizards.
Andro believes in wizards confirmed.
Sometimes
gnomes.
I like to dress up like a wizard, and I try to make shit happen, but it doesn't. But I try. I'm still a wizard.
I can't grow a
Right.
beard, so I can't be a wizard.
Have you seen the shit I do in a kitchen? I am a fucking wizard. And right now I'm baking cookies. That's what I was like. I'm just gonna wait for Purrito to come in. It's because I was making cookies, bitch.
You know what's funny is that I've been hooked on toasts lately. I've been making toasts for like a late night snack and for breakfast. Like I did one with I made avocado toast today, and I put like
Great,
the
now you
avocado on it.
Good job, Jason.
What?
It's great. Now you can't afford your house payment. Good job, Jason.
You know, I'm so fucked. But I did is like I do the toast in my little toaster oven and with like some olive oil and butter on it, and then put like my avocado on that, mashed it all up. I do like I chop up some tomato and I mix it with some olive oil and put like salt and pepper in that. Put that on top of that, and then a little Parmesan cheese shredded. Perfect. All I need. Great little breakfast. All your good fats. Got some
Wait, so I have
vitamin
a
C,
question.
potatoes.
She's you said house payment. What do you mean house payment?
Yeah, who can
Like
afford
you
a
can-
house?
Like you can buy them? You can actually buy a house? That's allowed?
Rent.
I know we can do that.
I'm used to Jason. When I met Jason, we both owned houses.
That's true, we did.
What were you talking?
We did. Not no more. That came and went real quick. Welcome to
Sorry,
hell.
just-
That is America.
So I can actually. The one perk of you streaming on YouTube is I can now watch you on my TV.
Oh, nice.
So
cool.
I put the stream on the TV and I've got chat up, so I can see chat
Oh,
and I can read chat while I'm in the Discord.
that's a lot of pressure. I'm on an actual television instead of a monitor. That changes everything.
It's,
Yeah,
don't worry, it's
it
just
does.
like in my
On
house.
TV now.
Although
On TV.
you can be seen from the freeway.
Get away! Get away! Get away!
Hi, Mom.
Alright,
I'm
I'll
on
do-
TV.
I'll direct traffic.
Right.
I'm on one TV that I know of.
Look, Mom, I'm
Hang
on
on.
TV.
Take a picture and I'll put it in the chat.
Oh, are we posing for a TV picture?
Oh no, I'm just finishing my thing. You know what's wild that I just thought about the other day? My parents only think I'm gay. They don't know that I'm trans. And in 2028, I plan on running for office because, like, I don't know. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. But, like, it's something that I've already, like, talked about and something that I'm definitely gonna do. And it just hit me
office?
I want to run for U.S. Rep for Oregon's 3rd Congressional District, so representing Portland. Once I run, my parents are gonna find out who I am. It just hit me.
That's awesome that you're running.
Yeah, I don't know how I don't know how they're gonna react. It's gonna be like it's gonna be a doozy.
I wish you the least amount of anxiety in that situation possible.
It's worth it though,
right.
because like even if like the meetings are fucking annoying. Like I'm not on city council, but I'm on a committee that works with city council.
Get away.
The meetings are they're just horrendous.
Oh no, for sure.
Hang on one.
They're so boring. I've been in some of those meetings. I used to be in the transportation oversight committee in Monterey, and those are some of the worst fucking meetings because most of them was just like, hey, we're gonna build a sidewalk for children, and we were like, you got our okay, that's basically our whole job. And there was always like 2 people or some shit like that who were always like, well, who's doing the sidewalk? I'm like, does it matter? Like, as long as it's a sidewalk? And they'd be like, okay, but for what purpose? What's the average demographic of people walking through the sidewalk? You know, what does this sidewalk lead? How much does the city save without the sidewalk? And we're just like, bro, it's a fucking sidewalk and we can afford it. Can we just get it?
I got this image in my head of like Derek Zoolander just picking up a small model of a sidewalk, you know, and doing the, what is this, a sidewalk for ants?
Right.
No, and it's
No, but it actually sounds more Parks and Rec than anything else.
it's very
You know.
Parks and Rec. Like, I fucking hate
Parks
it.
and Rec is the office. Yeah, Parks and Rec is the office for people trying to run for district rep.
Zoolander special episode on Parks and Rec. That would have been hilarious.
If
Festival
Parks
of
and Rec
Lost.
was, if it only came out a
Right.
little bit later, there could have been some like really good guest stars. You know, can you imagine Nathan Fielder?
Oh man, like there's so many shows that like if they'd have just like started a season later, it would have been like just kismet perfectly. Oh, I guess it's 420 somewhere. We should take advantage of that.
Indeed.
I didn't even notice.
I see it.
I was like on
my
the dot
screen.
without realizing it.
Mhm. The moment you see the moment you see Jason pick up the thing, it's 20 minutes in.
Is that why like I'm just subconsciously?
No, the one thing I do miss about Monterey are the city council meetings, because every week without fail, there was this guy who drove around like an RV or a bus or some shit like that, that was like bragging about knowing the truth about John Lennon and how like Stephen King killed John Lennon and some shit like that.
What the
And
fuck?
I miss
Yeah,
stuff like
and
that.
every fucking
I miss-
week, and every fucking week he would go before city council and demand that city council stop ignoring the fact that Monterey City Council is covering the murder of John Lennon by Stephen King.
Okay, do you think the city council meetings in Roswell, New Mexico, are like interesting? Do you think there's like a guy there that's like just got like fucking alien?
Oh shit! Are you,
Hey, Purrito.
do you have a warrant?
Hi.
hi.
I am
Come
the
back with a
FBI.
warrant.
Give me your weed.
Oh fuck.
Federal
okay.
booty inspector?
I was like, how much of this do I have to give up?
probably about a quarter ounce.
Joke's on you. I don't have any weed. I only have dabs.
I don't even know how much this weighs.
It's like
But look-
compressed at the
look
bottom
how-
from its
yeah,
own weight.
Look how, yeah, like it's
Damn, that thing was chocked full.
Have you tried decarbing any of that and turning it into oil?
like this.
Oh God! See,
Yeah.
you're on it. I didn't need to fucking suggest a goddamn thing.
And just to make things even better, I've been doing is I've been breaking off like 10 milligrams of these and then dipping it in the oil, kind of like you do
Oh,
sashimi
shit.
and soy sauce.
With the
goddamn.
chopsticks, are you doing?
What happened?
Please tell me you're using chopsticks, because
No.
Just smoke the weed, kid.
that would be mad classy. Like if I saw somebody with chopsticks dipping their weed in oil, I'd be like, that person is classy as fuck.
Right?
But like, we got a
Lovely.
fucking astronaut in this stream.
The Vinci SpaceX over
Oh
here.
shit! Do y'all want to see
Right?
something really cool though? So watch. Okay, so this is kind of where I do all my work because I like to do a lot of like different pre-rolls. Like I plan on throwing an elevated like lunch or dinner or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And this is my grinder. And my grinder, I kind of always grind until I can fill the inner compartment in. And the reason I bring it up, here, let me put this over it, is that I noticed the other day I can make weed pucks.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, like compress them?
Yeah.
You know what I used to
wow.
do? I used to take the keef with some parchment paper and like a hair straightening iron
Mhm.
and just heat them up into little what do you call them? Not
Yeah,
a
little
cube,
dabs.
just kind of like a flat little thing.
Yeah. Basically making dabs.
Yeah.
Rosin. Fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's like the person
There
that
it is.
told me how to do that said that was like an old way of making hash or something, but I don't know how accurate that is.
That's
Ooh,
pure
yum.
fucking, look at that, that's pure fucking weed right there.
No, but to your point, that is an older way of making hash. That's like how they were originally making, like early on when people were making it out of their
Mhm.
houses. That's one of the ways people made rosin. Yeah, so it was definitely a thing.
I wish I could try, because my dad used to tell me stories about his time in Saudi Arabia. And when he was in Saudi Arabia, you couldn't get flour, and it was all bubblegum hash.
That makes sense.
But I
It's
wonder
not
what the
compact.
bubblegum hash... Yeah, like I wonder where, like where does the bubblegum hash in Saudi come from? You know? How's it different? Where can I try it?
Oh, bubble hash is made using ice water. It's an ice
Mhm.
water.
Oh, that's the ice water one?
Yeah. What's it? Frenchie Cannoli, I think is the guy's name. I could be I could have that wrong. I think it's Frenchie Cannoli. It was like people always wanted that dude's hash. He was real famous for it.
The little
French
beads
guy.
that he does. It's the little beads that he does they're like pretty compact,
hmm
and they're really fucking like apparently like top tier.
Yeah. He died.
What'd you
I
say?
think like 5 or 6 years ago. But
Oh, he died.
yeah.
Well, day late and a dollar
shit.
short, I guess. Fuck.
No, we learned about him on my stream. We were watching
That
we like to watch Munchies, the elevated stuff.
Yeah, we
So, like,
watched
where
those
they
too.
make-
Yeah.
Yeah, so and we were watching one of them, and in one of them they get help from Frenchie Cannoli, on the oil curves. But
So
But yeah,
I
no, like-
read Watson's chat on screen, and I thought it said that they used pregnant weed, and I was like, what? The entire fucking pregnant weed.
Bro, how'd you get your weed? No, don't answer that.
Every single day, I learn more and
That
more about
weed.
this wonderful thing.
then,
And I looked again. Oh, it just says pre-ground. Okay, I know
then
what
look,
that is.
look at that pink fucking little like treats.
my
Aw,
god,
so
so
baby.
fucking cute.
Aren't they so cute?
Nice.
You know what I've been wanting to do, like that we used to do back in the day? We used to get the Garcia Vega blunts, but like the little tiny ones. They were called the Garcia Vega Pops. And they would fit like half a gram perfect. I've been wanting to like hunt those down.
Nice.
But the cashier used to look at me funny because they came in a glass vial. And they thought I was buying it for the glass vial.
You're like,
Yeah, so
nah,
it
not
would-
like that.
It's like, no, I'm gonna put weed in there. And they're like, yeah, right, okay. Here you-
Did he say a little glass vial? Jason, what
Yeah.
was that you were saying yesterday about musicals and how much you love them?
Fucking hate musicals.
I love musicals.
Yeah, musicals are so much fun.
I'm not a big musical guy.
Like,
It reminded
it's
me of
irrational to me that somebody needs to sing while they're walking down the street for no apparent reason.
Have you seen the
Homie.
Bee Gees?
Oh, I really need to
Little
go
Homie.
visit it.
I saw
That's-
Angela Lansbury when she was young in Carousel, and it changed my life. I'm just saying.
Right?
I think
Hey,
it's just
listen,
like-
I grew up in theater.
It's
My
like-
dad was an opera singer. I went to many a theatrical productions. I saw The King and I saw, The Lion King, done. I saw Phantom of the Opera. I went to many. And I was in choir when I was a kid, but I can't, you know what it is? I can't stand the experience of the theater. The seats are fucking
get
small. It's
overstimulated.
always cramped. It's hot, and
That's fair.
fucking, I feel like I can't get the fuck out of there if I need to. And my dad used to drag me to that shit, put me in a little suit, and fucking make me sit next to him while they did all this shit. And like, I don't know.
When was
Excalibur
she-
was another one that was good.
Who?
Actually, I like
Rama.
I saw Excalibur with Robert Goulet. That actually was really good. I enjoyed that one. Goulet.
The one thing I really hate about theaters is that food is somehow more expensive than the actual theaters. Like going to like a proper theater show, like the food is
Yeah.
somehow even more expensive than just like AMC popcorn, which is already
Yeah.
expensive to begin with.
Like the
Sneaking
theater
in, like, a
London
bag of
Town,
spaghetti.
It's a rinky-dink fucking little theater, and you go in there, and they have like you can get like a chicken meal, or like they have a roast beef meal, they have a vegetarian meal. Like those are like the three options, and you go in there. The meal is like $50 a fucking plate, and you could have just gone to Applebee's
Mm-hmm.
for the
Yeah.
quality wise. You could have just gone to Applebee's,
I'm just gonna
And the
sneak in a bag
alcohol
of
is
spaghetti.
right?
A bag of spaghetti, bag of vodka. Take that, capitalism. I win.
Right.
that,
I fucking
I
love
win.
that.
I actually want to be there. I don't want to be the person having it done. I want to be there witnessing it when a security guard for the first time pulls a big fucking Ziploc bag of cooked spaghetti out of somebody's fucking pocket. That's an experience I want to have. This is a very
Or-
fucking specific experience. But like,
Or maybe
come on, now.
maybe you could go Dan Aykroyd from Trading Places and shove an entire sub sandwich down your shirt.
No, it was a salmon.
Oh my god!
It was a
Oh my
salmon.
god!
Oh,
I
that-
am
salmon,
so-
that's right, that was a
Whole
salmon.
and
Even-
he
even
shoved it
better,
on his
even
hand.
better.
That shit was wild.
I think
What
I've
was the
actually
movie?
He
told
just
this
eats
story.
salmon.
Trading Places.
Yeah,
I
but that
didn't see
reminds me. I think I've told this story on Stonercast before. So I was with my church youth group in high school because that's what we did in high school. We were at a county fair to go see Five Iron Frenzy. If you know, you know, Christian ska band. And we're going to walk in, and this kid is just standing there with an overflowing hands full of mustard. And he's like, I can't get my ticket out of my pocket. Can you help me out? Oh, of course. I put my hands out, and he dumps all of this mustard in my hands. So I'm sitting there going, okay, waiting for this man to go and wash his hands. I would say, man, he was my age. He went to the bathroom, washed his hand, found his ticket, put it in his shirt. He's like, okay, I'm good. You can give it back now. What?
What?
What'd you do with my mustard? I need that. I trusted you to. I trusted you to take care of
Where's
it
my
now.
mustard?
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, like
Please
Did you
babysit
steal
my
it?
mustard while I go figure out a way to get my ticket so I can still get it in the show somehow with 2 hands full of mustard. Yeah, they
No, we're
let him
talking
in.
about just
No, we-
loose mustard, right? Just loose mustard, just like
Loose
not like
It was
mustard
in
or
a
packet?
fair, so it's
not like packets.
no. It like is from the pumps. It was at the county fair, so like you go to hot dog stand and they have those pumps.
With the little cups? Please tell me
No,
there's
no.
cups or something.
There's cups. There's cups. This child decided not to use those, and instead employed either someone else's hand or his chin to pump a ton of fucking mustard into his hands.
Like, I understand what you're saying, but you gotta understand that when someone has reached the point where they're just hands full of mustard, that your logical progression of events is just beyond them, right? Like, they are hands full of mustard, right? That's it. That's a
Mustard
thing
hand.
now.
the whole
went
scenario is
full
just
mustard.
aggressively American. And people say we have no culture. Like, you know,
What are they fucking
Yeah.
talking about? Jesus Christ.
Culture is sharing the mustard.
The county fair, handful of mustard,
1997
you're up
coded
back.
situation ever. A group
Wait, what
of
about
kids in like, what's that?
What about the county fair?
We were at a county fair, waiting to
Uh-huh.
go see a ska band. We're all like in our little band t-shirts and Jinko jeans, and we got our chain wallets and our stupid fucking like dog chain necklaces and all that shit. Just waiting to go see a ska band, and here's this kid with fucking mustard in his hands. All of this fits together because that was just craziness. And that was like the kind of craziness we kind of like lived for.
Where
Not
where
too crazy.
was
Like, we're not trying to set anything on fire, but like
live by the mustard, die by the
random people with
mustard.
I?
Right.
Are you familiar with my stream at all?
No, I haven't been able to catch it yet. What time?
My
what
badge,
time is
my
your
badges
stream?
are. I get on honestly whenever like I remember.
I would like to point out, Jason, that out of all your guests, one person got to do their intro,
Oh yeah, it's supposed to
Which is you.
finish that.
which is me, and everybody here already knows who I am.
Yeah, and buy his
what
merch,
I was
by the
gonna
way.
Say,
Buy my
if you
merch.
ever
Cool t-shirt.
Just
Yeah.
smoke the weed, kid.
if you ever look at my badges, it's all mustard. I fucking love mustard.
Awesome.
Like, I'm talking like one of my favorite foods is like boiled chicken breast with like just a shit ton of mustard. I have like 5 mustards right now in my fridge. I love mustard.
Like a variety of mustard.
A variety,
Boiled
yeah.
chicken breast with
Respect.
like,
boiled chicken breast with mustard.
Yeah,
meal?
mustard and onions.
Well, like
Like, I
listen,
could-
some things go well with a regular Dijon mustard. Some things you need a horseradish mustard for. Some things you just need the fucking yellow mustard for. You know what I mean?
I know, that's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say. I was gonna say that what you were describing is probably yellow mustard, because you said it was like a county fair pump, and I know at county fair, especially if it's Heinz, they use the Keystone 1.5 dispenser, instead of like the normal what's it called, pumps that you would see at a proper restaurant.
Mhm.
Obviously. Yeah.
Obviously, like, but everybody knows this.
Mhm.
Come on, everybody.
If I-
knows this.
If I have any
So-
questions about mustard, I now know exactly where to go.
I mean, that's just
So one of my
industry standard.
favorite
Come on.
mustards. One of my favorite mustards is jalapeno mustard.
Oh my god, yeah.
Never tried out. We get the spicy mustard. I got the
So
Whataburger
good.
spicy mustard at the store. I just found out you could
Oh,
just
hell yeah.
buy the bottle.
Yeah,
That's ketchup.
I know HEBs in Texas. They sell all the Whataburger stuff, like even their fries, like everything. The fry sauce. all
I've
this
never
stuff.
seen an HEB in El Paso.
Oh,
And then
really?
yeah, I'm in New Mexico now, but like when I was in Texas, I've never seen an HEB. It was like Walmart.
Yeah,
I don't even know what fancier stores like. There really weren't. that many.
Yeah, I know they were
Please.
like they were big in Corpus. Like I had family that worked for HEB in Corpus, but yeah, they said like they'd all brag about it. I'm like, dude, you suck. I want that shit. Like, because they also have a spicy ketchup that's really good. Whataburger does. That shit's money.
Yeah.
I don't even
But
like
you know what?
ketchup. But
Like-
I'll eat that ketchup.
On it,
HEB in
Honestly,
general carries a lot of
I
good
used-
shit.
I used to just make it myself, and you can get like pretty much the same flavor by adding Tabasco to regular ketchup. It's really not that much
Oh,
different.
nice. Yeah, pretty close.
Yeah, just Tabasco and ketchup. Boom, spicy ketchup.
Jenny was talking about making cookies earlier, and it before Stonercast, I was working on my own homemade relish, and it's cucumbers that are being pickled, but also pickled red onion, and it's kind of like a sweet and sour, and I used agave instead of sugar, and I used rice vinegar and white vinegar, and I'm like, and chipotle, and I put a little chipotle in there for the heat kick.
Ooh.
And I'm so excited to try it, and the recommendation is wait at least 2 weeks in order for the flavors to fully mature, but they'll be best by the month. And it's like, I want that now, dude.
Right. Now
That
to
sounds
sit
so
and
good.
wait.
They used to have these
It'll be
pickled
worth it
red
though, right?
chilies at the Domino's. It was like one of the toppings that we would put on there, but they were like really good. They were like
Oh
not
my
really
God.
spicy. They were like a little
Speaking-
bit like sweet and sour. Like the pulp of the chili was like sweet and sour.
Speaking
were
of
like-
like fucking peppers like that, Quiznos. Quiznos had it. Like
Yes,
Quiznos is what's
Quiznos.
up. To this day, I still think
Rest in
back.
peace, Quiznos.
Yeah. I used to work for a Dickie's barbecue pit. Unfortunately, I was vegan too at the time, which is hilarious. But one
wow.
of the things that I used to do, was like go next door to Quiznos and just steal their peppers because like I couldn't eat a lot of things at the restaurant because everything had like either dairy or meat. But no, it was fucking hilarious. He would come up and they'd be like, like after church, or like, how's the brisket today? And I'd be like, oh, it's very beefy. I think you'll like it. It's very beefy today.
It's very beefy.
It tastes like cow.
Dad, it tastes like murder. You'll love it.
But no, it was an experience for sure. But the Quiznos fucking pepper bar. Eventually, I got banned from that Quiznos for stealing the peppers. But like,
You should put that in your bio. Banned from Quiznos.
oh no! If I'm gonna put anything in, it's gonna be banned from 7-Eleven. I was banned
Oh,
from
no.
7-Eleven at one point. And that one was fun. But
What's the lore behind that one?
so it was a night of drinking, and I remember my friend like took me to his home, and I was sleeping in his like guest room or whatever because he just didn't feel comfortable with me driving home. And I don't remember anything, so I'm like, okay, like whatever, like that's a good thing. But I woke up around like 2 or 3 in the morning, and I got scared because I didn't recognize where I was. So I put on my shoes and ran out. And I remember I went to the 7-Eleven, and I don't remember much from that. But from the following that incident, I tried to go back, and they told me that I was banned, I'm not allowed in, and that it was a hassle to clean up after everything, and something about throwing up.
Oh no.
And I really
Uh-oh.
wish I could see the tape to see it, but what can you do? And it's funny because it was only after starting the transition that I'm allowed back in. And even then, I'm pretty sure
Hey.
I'm not allowed back in. They just don't know who I am.
You know what? Just keep.
Yeah, put it together. Hey, it's cool.
just-
you know.
Just stay undercover. They don't remember enough to recognize you. You know,
Is this
you're good
the
now.
privilege that they speak about?
If
Yeah,
they
this
say
is-
shit, I'm just gonna say if they say shit, just yell at them. Did you dead date me? And go the fuck off.
I'm not gonna lie. There was like some stores when I was younger that like I got caught shoplifting, when I had short hair, and then I'll just grow my hair out and go there like a year later, and they wouldn't recognize me. Sometimes that's all it takes.
You know?
Get new glasses.
I'm banned from a store that no longer exists for the same reason. Like I shoplifted G.I. Joe figures when I was a kid, and now they no longer exist. So suck it. Who won?
Fuck you, Toys
I
R Us.
outlived the ban.
And I only gave them back one of the G.I. Joes.
It's like the people that still have their fucking Blockbuster VHS tapes, you know?
Right.
They were just in it for the long game, you know?
I literally,
Yeah.
I still have, I'm not even kidding. I have to get a picture from my mom. She still has my Blockbuster card.
That's great.
Because it was the least used of the family account. But she kept my Blockbuster card in my little tote bin of all the stuff that I left at her house the last time I lived there.
That's cool.
I have a question
I like old
for
stuff
y'all.
like that.
I still have my Toys R Us key hanging card. I refuse to let that one go.
That one's
So
cool.
my keychain.
I can't tell if I'm properly high or not. Should I do one more gummy?
I would never
Swear
tell
not
you
Yeah,
no.
right?
To ask that.
Okay.
You are your own individual. You make your own choices. And I wish you the best of luck.
Spiritual, lyrical, miracle individual.
Oh, that's fucking
God,
great.
this is gonna be great.
I mean, at worst case scenario, you're gonna sleep really good.
Oh hell yeah, I
Good.
am. I finally got my Seroquel back, so hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
W Seroquel. I mean, not
These
that I need
edibles
it.
ain't shit.
I haven't bought any
Yeah,
of the
dude.
gummies. If
They're
my
really
tolerance
not.
is like, if it's like wax pen and like flour, like bottom shelf flour, am I just gonna get floored by like a gummy if I just walk in and get whatever?
No. If you've been doing a wax pen, because wax pens are fucking strong, man. Like, they're pretty fucking potent.
Yeah, the wax-
You know.
Yeah, like yeah, that's like right now I'm tapering down from the wax pens, and those are pretty much. Yeah, I think the
you're getting
strongest
at
one that I bought
least
from there.
70% THC, right? Like in those wax pens, usually.
I think some of them are like 90 something. They say.
Yeah. So like,
Yeah.
if you're doing those, like doing edibles shouldn't be too bad. I always say, you can always do more, but you can't do less. So start out small, give it about an hour, and then do more. But if you're doing dab pens and stuff, you could probably like start with like 5 or 10 milligram edible, and then like get like a little pack of 100 milligram, kind of up your dose as you see that you need.
So
You should be pretty.
So let
safe
me
with
ask
it.
you this, because I have an aunt, and she likes to take edibles to help her sleep, but she is not a regular, like she doesn't smoke weed at all. Like the only time it's like no tolerance, pretty much.
Mhm.
So if I get something for her, what should I look at, like for somebody that's got like no tolerance, that just wants to like fall asleep, you know, like for the stuff that elderly people buy when they go into the dispensary, I guess.
I would look
Drain
at like
would be a
something
great
with
start.
If it's an edible, look
Like
at
what-
something that's got CBN and THC in it, maybe a 1-to-1 ratio CBN THC, because then they won't get a bunch of the psychotropic effects of it. They'll just get a little bit of that, and the CBN will help them sleep. That'll like CBN. That's the thing that it does. That's the sleepy
Yeah, 'cause, like-
cannabinoid.
Yeah, because she's been asking me, but I don't want to like accidentally buy her something powerful. So I was like, do I look for like little 10 milligram things, or like what do I look for in terms of like the dosage on each edible?
You can even start at 5. For someone
Even
who's
at 5?
never- Yeah, I would start at 5. That's what I started my dad at when he started taking it exactly for that. I just started him
Okay.
at 5, and then if 5 puts him to sleep, then stick with 5 until it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, but the
Oh,
trick
okay.
to that is that you want that 1-to-1 because it's not going to be as like there's less propensity for the freak out. You know what I'm saying? Like when you do the 1-to-1 THC
Yeah.
CBN. So that would be like the biggest thing. And then 5 milligrams, she'll be sailing. Like that's a good place to start.
Yeah, because she was telling me she had a roommate, and like she was having trouble sleeping, and her roommate had these edibles that worked for her. Yeah, she described them as Mike Tyson ears. I guess they were labeled as they had Mike Tyson on the label.
Yep.
And the edibles were like shaped like little ears.
Yeah.
Mhm, yeah.
So she was like,
They have
"Mijo,
those
Mijo,
Tyson
can you
bites.
find the Mike Tyson ears, Mijo?" Like that's how she asked me.
Oh, that's most of those are straight THC. I think I don't even think those are ratioed. So
Like CBD.
she was doing the straight THC stuff. Yeah, like. It's like
Oh, so you do recognize
Yeah.
those?
oh
Get
yeah,
out
oh
of
yeah,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what she was telling me about.
yeah.
So not,
Mom was
not to
having some fun with
interrupt-
those. Like mom was having some
Not
fun
to
with
interrupt
those. Those are
Good.
Yeah, you want to interrupt. You're interrupting. Go ahead,
I
interrupt.
am interrupting.
go ahead.
Can we do introductions so that I can get to the game that I was going to start about 15 minutes ago?
I suppose considering Purrito's here now, we could just finish up. Cool. We'll go ahead and go
Sweet.
DUSTONOT, Purrito, and Dance Girl.
Squirrel.
Oh, so just like introduce myself.
Yeah, what you're doing on your social media and where people can find you when you're not banned, because you know you and me
Advertise
seem to be
yourself.
in the same boat.
Well, I'm not banned anymore. I did get a ban
cool.
because what I used to do at twitch.tv/DUSTONOT was like we have Adult Swim at home, which is just like, you know, finding old animes and TV shows and stuff to watch. But I gotta kind of change the direction of that, so I'm kind of figuring that out right now. But it's a small stream. It's a good vibe. And yeah, I'm located around like West Texas, Southern New Mexico area most of the time.
Oh yeah. Rock and roll. Purritorollups.
Hi, I am Purrito. I use they, she pronouns. And I am on Twitch at Purritorollups. And I like to do cozy things. I like to have a place where people can maybe take a break from the world. Because obviously the world is fucking shit. So we hang out and forget about it for a little bit.
Love that. Yeah, Purritorollups stream is very cozy. Cool. Trans Squirrel.
Oh, is my thing on? Oh, there we go. My name is Trans Squirrel. I also go by Andromeda. Pronouns she, they. And you can find me on twitch.tv/transsquirrel. And we basically discuss politics, queer politics. We do like food content and weed content also sometimes. I usually always end up high on my stream anyway, which is pretty cool.
I don't know. That
and
sounds
it
like
gets pretty
communism.
intense. Oh my god. No. We don't do communism. Communism is bad.
Not in our pro-capitalist streams.
Yeah, not in my good Christian neighborhood.
You know,
Fuck, dude.
I just want to kiss my fish.
That
I just
song was so
want to
terrible.
fuck my
dude.
ass. I just want to fuck my truck. I just want to.
Beat my meat.
That's like the remixes of that shit were fucking hilarious, dude. I was dying. I think we went through like 3 or 4 different remixes of that one night, just like people making fun of that dude. Oh, it was so worth it.
I think when I saw that, it was just like Hassan, just like, yeah, let me check on the TPUSA halftime show real quick, And then it was like just that bit right there. And then, oh, this sucks. Let's go back. It was just that brief.
Speaking of Hassan, bro does not answer his emails.
Yeah, I've been trying to tell him, like, I've been emailing him regularly every day, telling him, hey, I'm the weed smoking Hassan. Let me come up on your show. Now there's
It's really
like
smart.
a restraining order, so like I can't send emails to him anymore.
That's a shame. He's missing out on the.
Please tell
He's
me
missing
that's
out on the
true.
weed Hassan.
Please, that has to be true.
I wish it was, because that'd be a great story to tell people.
On the weed Hassan.
He banned me. I just wanted to come on Stonercast. You know, I'm the weed Hassan.
I love
Come on.
the I'm the blank Hassan. I feel like I've heard a lot.
Yeah, I tell people I'm the trans Latina Hassan.
That would be a fucking nightmare. Like I'm speaking as a moderator. That would be an goddamn nightmare. on Stonercast and dealing with
Wonderful.
any chat.
I'm
Deal with
definitely
that.
showing up for that one.
My God.
Emote
Like, yeah,
only.
no,
Emote
no,
only.
only
What's up, Tiny Head? How you doing?
Right? How is that? Like, he is like, how is his body so like wide and his head just doesn't look like it fits on his shoulders properly? Like,
He's just got very broad shoulders. Like
He's a big boy.
yeah, like,
he's still got some growing. to
like
do.
there's
He'll
no
grow
curve
in
down. They're
Growing.
kind of like at like the 90-degree angle from the neck.
yeah, it's very like
And
square.
then it's like,
Very
I
like
cannot make my shoulders any wider than this. I don't know. He's just got very broad shoulders. He's also very tall, so I don't know. Maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe once you get past a certain height, you know, like the body proportions change, you know.
True. I could see that being a thing.
Your head stops growing in
I am
relation to the
gonna
rest of your
say-
body or something.
I'm probably gonna call it here because that'll just hit me right now.
Oh,
Like
boy.
a truck.
There
I feel
it
like
is.
yeah, I feel like I walked through I'm you know, like if you're walking and then it's just like the big like air wall from Costco hits you when you're walking in. That's what I just felt like.
Yeah,
You know?
like when it's the summer and you walk into Costco and you're just like, oh
Yeah.
my God, I'm in Antarctica all of a sudden. I
Yeah,
get
that's what it felt like.
I feel you.
So I'm gonna get off
The-
before I say something
high just
that cancels
wafted.
me.
Well, it was a pleasure
'cause-
having you.
No,
It
likewise.
was.
And
I'm gonna
Lovely
put all
hanging
the
out.
links in the Discord for everybody to follow because
Thank
YouTube
you.
sucks for all that shit. So everybody's details are going to be in general chat and in the announcements after I get done here because listen, I've already got 2 screens up and I'm high. This is all I'm doing.
You know, we applaud your efforts. We applaud
That's
your
all we
Thank you
can
for your
do,
service.
right? It's just
Thank you, I appreciate it.
But,
I try.
all right,
Well,
friends. It was a pleasure meeting all of you. Hopefully, this is just the first of many.
Yeah.
But you
This
know,
has been lovely. I was literally just DMing Jason that how enjoyable this stream has been.
Yeah, it has
There's
been
no-
really nice.
anyways, do we want to get into electoralism? And I'm kidding. All right, take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye. All right, well, I'll take that opportunity to segue into our game. Jason, are you ready? With the pic-
ready? Sorry, corn
You
flashbacks.
will only make your computer incapable of opening PowerPoint presentations.
I got your PowerPoint presentation right here. Hang on.
Obviously
see.
not. Guys, we really do actually like each other. We just give each other a lot of shit.
She's my sister. It's destined to happen.
It's all love.
It's all love. Alrighty.
Speaking of, you know how I like to shower love on people and all that kind of thing. Dusto is like peace. You know what I mean? Like you just sound like a kind person. Like you would. I feel like I could be wrong. You could be an asshole, but like I feel like there could be a blizzard and you would see some homeless dude. You would take off your jacket and give it to them and walk home cold. You just feel like that kind of person, and I love that.
Wow, thank you.
What an amazing compliment. You do
Yeah,
seem
like-
like a really chill, cool person. Like, especially with some of the stuff you talked about that you've done. So I could see that too. Good observation, Clovis. I agree.
All right.
Alright.
In an ideal universe, I have music to play behind this, but
Dun, dun, dun.
listen, I'm only so put together. This is Green or Bullshit, where you guess I list off 2 strains, I'll describe them both, and then you decide which one is the real strain and which one is bullshit. Go to the next one. Jason, can you go to the next one?
Echo.
I'm showing the directions just to make sure the chat knows
You
too.
ready?
Echo.
All right, you can play the next one because this was supposed to be a PowerPoint presentation. I just exported everything as an image. So you just listen to the descriptions, you decide which one sounds like a real strain and which one's bullshit, and then you don't really need to wait for anything. Just shout like a feral chatter. And there's not really any winners. This is just a fun game. So the first ones we have are Velvet Rail.
Is anyone else
and
getting an echo?
Are
A
we?
little bit.
Mute this. You'll have to mute Jason's stream.
I have Jason's stream muted.
Yeah.
Oh, are you listening to the audio through the speakers?
No.
I am not listening to it at all.
Yeah,
Like
no,
it was once the
my
PowerPoint
stream
came
in
up.
Discord. My stream in Discord mute it.
Yeah,
Oh wait, let me see if I can mute it on my end.
Hang on.
you can just stop sharing your audio.
There we go. Boom.
Okay, is that better?
Check. Perfect.
Yeah, it's fixed. We're good.
Okay.
Pro strummers.
Alrighty, woohoo! We have Velvet Rail and Ghost Train Haze. So Velvet Rail is a really smooth, heavier leaning hybrid. It's got this cocoa and dark berry thing going on with a little bit of diesel on the back end.
Okay.
I love you, Clovis. People usually go for it in the evening because it settles in behind the eyes without totally knocking you out. And then we have Ghost Train Haze. This is a strong sativa-leaning strain known for its citrus and floral aroma with a bit of earthiness. It hits pretty quickly with an uplifting, almost intense cerebral effect. So it's one people usually reach for when they want something energizing. So between Velvet Rail and Ghost Train Haze, which is the real strain and which one is bullshit?
I'm going with Ghost Train Haze is real.
I agree. Ghost Train Haze.
I think I've had Ghost Train Haze, actually.
One of my
but Velvet
favorites.
Rail would be a really good
And-
name. Like, that is a
Guys are
very good
correct.
name for weed.
Velvet Rail sounds like the name of a sex toy.
Okay, now that
One track time.
I can't unsee that now. I can't unsee that.
All right, let's go on to the next slide. We have Citrus Apostle and Tangy.
Tangy is the real one.
Slow down.
And you know,
She's got to read the thing.
She said like a feral chatter. I am a
I mean, you're a feral cat and a feral chatter. You're a feral catter.
I did think this.
exactly.
so game here.
It was a process. Jenny worked hard on the process. Let Jenny do the process.
You go with.
Oh, you
I'm
guys
still
can just go
wondering.
aside. Damn.
I'm still wondering, like, what a velvet rail sex toy looks like, and who's gonna volunteer to let me try it on them.
I will. How do I beat you on your own stream?
Dun, dun, dun.
I see that's merch we need to sell. How do I meet you on your stream? I say that every single stream.
This is true. This is true. There's
Okay,
actually
so-
a plot in one of the Stonercast group chats to figure out how to mute me on my own stream.
I know nothing about that. I don't know what you're talking about. Jason,
So everybody
come
is.
on.
I'm saying Tangy.
I mean, we were all in on the Tangy. I feel like as soon as I saw it, but like
No.
you gotta let
I'm gonna-
Jenny do the thing.
You can at least admire the
Are we
smoke
voting or?
swirl
Yeah.
on the picture.
Apparently, we moved on. Far away, Dustin.
Apparently
Okay,
everybody
well-
voted Tangy because they're
No,
right.
I'm
but
citrus.
No.
I'm
Dustin's
citrus. I choose to be wrong. Yeah, I'm wrong on purpose.
All right. Unfortunately,
Really choosing to be
Tangy
wrong.
is real. Although citrus apostle, like listen to this description. It sounds like it's tasty. Super bright citrus forward strain, like lemon peel and orange zest. It's got a clean, slightly herbal finish. People like it for daytime because it's uplifting without being too jittery. Like, doesn't this sound lovely?
It's like if
I'd
the name
fuck
is
that
too
strain.
good, it's suspicious.
I would smoke citrus apostle. It sounds like something that you would want.
It sounds
Yeah,
like
sounds
those nuns
delicious.
in California. Something those nuns in California would grow.
Right?
You know.
All right, we can move to the next one. We've got frosted juniper and blueberry. So for frosted juniper, we've got this one's got a cool, almost piney berry profile with a slight menthol edge. It's a balanced hybrid. So people say it kind of starts off kind of uplifting and then eases into a more relaxed body feel. And then with blueberry, it's a classic sweet berry forward flavor with a really mellow, relaxing effect. It's usually more on the indica side and known for helping people unwind.
Now, this is the one that feels like a trap. Because I'm going to say blueberry, but I feel like I could be wrong here.
Blueberry, I'm gonna say is real, but frosted juniper sounds like an item that I would get in Skyrim, and I appreciate that.
One moment, please.
I also am gonna say blueberry simply based off of I know there is a strain called blueberry headband.
And I too will say blueberry because Blue Dream derives from the strain blueberry.
Try being quieter at least.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, my children are turning the house upside down over a fork, and I'm like, you know there are quiet ways to move dishes, right?
No.
Listen, that fork needed to be heard.
Right, but instead it was a big cast iron pan that was heard, so.
Oh,
So the real strain is blueberry.
yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, next one.
Hang on one second.
Oh, okay. This one, okay.
sorry.
This is the okay. Okay.
We've got Neon Parish and Electric Lemonade. With Neon Parish, we've got a sweet, almost candy-like aroma with a little bit of gas underneath. It leans a slightly sativa, so people report a more upbeat, creative high without it being overwhelming. And then Electric Lemonade has that citrus, slightly sweet profile with a little bit of funk. It's usually described as uplifting and mood boosting, so people like it for daytime and creative stuff. So, between Electric Lemonade and Neon Parish, which one is the real strain, and which one is bullshit?
Electric lemonade is real.
Neon Parish is real.
I'm gonna go with electric lemonade.
Uh, Honestly, like I don't know which one for sure because these are two that like either way I haven't smoked. But for some reason, because I've seen other lemonade strains, I'm leaning towards electric lemonade. I think that electric lemonade's real.
Electric lemonade is real. And I made up
Damn.
neon period. All
That
right,
was
we've got
actually pretty good.
We've got one final round. We have Honey Static and Honey Bun.
Ooh.
Oh,
So with
shit.
Honey Static, this strain has a sweet honey-like flavor with a little citrus and a subtle skunky finish. It's a balanced hybrid, so it gives you a light head buzz, but still keeps the body
could
relaxed.
go for some light
know
head.
that camping is bad.
Some casual shit.
Honey Bun is more of a dessert style strain. Sweet, creamy, a little bit of earthiness. It tends to lean relaxing, so people often go for it in the evening. Shut up, Jason. Oh, God. So, between Honey Static and Honey Bun, which one is real and which one is bullshit?
Honey bun
I
is
feel
real.
there's got to be a weed strain called Honey Bun.
I agree.
I
Jason?
am saying I'm going honey bun. I'm gonna say honey bun too. I think it's honey bun.
And you're all correct. It's Honey Bun. Honey Bun is the real strain.
I haven't ever heard of that one.
Me neither.
Yep.
But it sounds like it'd be really fucking good, actually. Like I would actually try that shit.
I just know honey buns are the most valuable items in prison.
Oh,
So like naming like a weed after that, makes sense by that logic.
It makes
You know.
perfect sense.
I'll
Have
trade
you
you
ever
3 honey
had a honey
buns.
bun? I used to fucking eat the fuck out of those things. When I was a
Dude.
Kind
kid,
of
like,
sweet for me to be honest.
It's like the gas station get.
because
you
they
go
always
in-
had them,
Get the coffee. They're right at the checkout.
right?
Always. Like, even when I was a teenager and we'd go hanging out, I'd be like, oh, let's stop by the gas station. I want to get a honey bun.
I got you, honey bun.
Right here.
Got you, honey bun, right? Yep. You already know. No, we used to get them in our our school breakfast. Like when we go get our school breakfast, they had them. So I'd always get like a honey bun and a chocolate milk. That was like my breakfast, like every fucking morning.
So
That's
healthy.
what the school fed us. There was nothing healthy about
this-
that.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know.
Dude, the school used to make these like fire like cafeteria cinnamon buns back in the day. They'd be a little bit burnt at the bottom,
Hmm.
but they were like, I don't know. Like there was the square pizza and then there was like the cafeteria honey bun,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
cinnamon bun or whatever.
See, we would once in a while, like once a week, they would make the breakfast pizza, and it was just basically the dough was biscuit dough, and then biscuit gravy, sausage gravy over it with scrambled eggs and then cheese on top.
Yeah, I remember
we
That
never
that.
was
got
the
that.
best. Those were the best.
Oh, I missed out. I missed out on that one.
But,
But
the
we
square,
also had the
regular
square pizza too. I
fire.
ate the hell out of that square pizza, man.
I
Oh,
think
yeah,
for
big
breakfast, like it used to just be like the little cereal rations, and then like the
Mhm.
driest piece of like Texas toast you could imagine, like an inch thick piece of crouton
Oh,
level
no.
toast.
God.
It's like chomping on your mouth, getting all dry and shit. Like,
Like it's breaking apart, but it's also like dust everywhere, just like crumbs, just 90% crumbs
Oh, that
falling on it,
sounds
but like you get
horrible.
like maybe half of it. Yeah, the toast wasn't great.
All right, with that, I'm gonna hop off because now all my kids want cookie since it's out of the oven, and I got
Can you bring me one?
heat pan cookie,
Yeah.
so I have to come it up.
yeah, like you can't do that and then
I
not
want
share
one.
with the class,
Yeah.
I'll share pictures. I always do.
Pictures. I
Fine.
want cookies.
Yeah, they're
Right?
gonna be they're always in food and drink in the Discord.
Yeah, but we
I
want the
got all
actual
kinds of
cookies. We don't just
Actual
want pictures.
cookies.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
well,
can just give
I
us like
told you
pictures of cookies.
you decided to move to Las Vegas, so it sounds like a you problem.
You know? So far away.
Mom, I want
Homemade
cookies.
homemade pasta sauce. I've been making sourdough, bro. Like you could have free food all the time.
Never know. One day maybe I'll end up in Michigan.
With the way the climate's going, it'd probably be a couple, not that far off.
You know?
All right. Anyway, to hop off. I gotta go cut the cookie. I love you guys. See you later.
All right. Much love. See you. Oh, Jenny's just a fucking joy always. I love Jenny.
Yeah, that was fun.
How was work, Purrito? Did you survive?
I did survive. Had some nightmares of people lately. But you know what? 'Tis the joys of working in hospitality.
Yeah, I feel that. I did that for a time and woof. Yep. I don't envy people still.
I do. I do actually enjoy it to a certain degree. I like helping people.
Mm.
And I used to be in the medical field, so this is a huge change of pace where people's lives are not on the line. Though they
Right.
may act like it, their lives are not on the line. And a mistake isn't going to completely ruin everybody.
Whenever
That
I
sounds a
think
lot
about
easier to manage stress-wise.
Oh, yeah.
whenever I think about working in the hospitality industry, I always think about that scene from Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas where the cop gets all pissed off at the front desk guy. It's Christopher Maloney playing the front desk guy, and like he just fucks over this cop so hard, and the cop's like screaming, and he's just like, "And have a good day, sir." And he's just like, it's fucking beautiful because the cop is obviously being a dick. You know, he's there with his wife. He's like screaming at the guy. He's like, "Well, actually, we booked you a hotel 20 miles away or whatever," and it's like fucking at some shithole motel or whatever, and then Hunter S. Thompson's like walking up behind him. He's like, "Oh, sir, I have your reservation." Hunter S. Thompson's got like cocaine all over his nose and shit, like walking up, and like it's fucking hilarious. It's like one of the best scenes in the movie. Anyways, that makes me hospitality industry makes me think of that every fucking time, or how they trash those hotel rooms too. That's it.
Oh my god, that's exactly the nightmare that I have been dealing with. I am
Yeah.
pretty sure they are filming porn in there, and like not a big deal if they're doing that, except for that they have ruined 3 rooms now.
Oh
Wow.
shit! Oh no!
And that's even after being blacklisted. One of the guests was already blacklisted, so they booked under a different guest's name. And then we gave that person a warning, and so they booked under a different person's name. But they all have the same vehicle. So you
Okay,
tell
what you
me.
need to do, you need to figure out how to get them to ruin the Airbnbs, because that'll be 2 birds with 1 stone. You'll be
Oh, that's what
sticking
they did
it
at
to.
first.
Oh, so the Airbnb people dumped it on you guys. You gotta hand that problem back to them somehow.
We are the Airbnb. We own the property.
Wait,
and
you're a
so they
hotel or an
basically-
Airbnb?
Yes.
Oh,
Both.
They're very small, privately owned hotels, motels kind of thing, cabins.
short-term rentals,
Not necessarily. Well, yeah, definitely short term.
hotel
A lot of
occupancy
people stay with
tax. Yeah,
lodging tax.
yeah.
We're on Airbnb though. That's the original. That's where the original person booked, and ended up causing like, I think it was $800 of damage, and we only wanted to pursue 600, and he then denied everything, even though we have security camera footage, housekeeping proof, and other guest confirmations.
That's rough.
And so we submitted that through Airbnb, and obviously we're still dealing with them.
Yeah, I've heard that's like a very common problem.
It is.
Samson wants to know why they're not inviting you to help film the pornos.
Like, damn, if you're gonna film them there, at least invite some of us.
You know?
Hello?
We like shit. I don't mind making a little extra money for slinging dick. You know, like whatever. Just don't show my face.
Couple windmills, fuck it, you know?
Headless porn.
Flash a
It's
little
great.
titty.
You know. Just be a
little bit of
just be a background cock or a background titty. You know, like I ain't even gotta do nothing. I'm just standing in the background, being a
Yeah, like
Extra.
conversational. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I should have done. Fuck.
So let me be an extra. I'll pop out a boob.
It's-
Show you
yeah.
a boob. Oh, hey.
Hey.
You walk up to one of them like, I know what you're doing. They get all scared. Are you guys hiring?
You guys hiring?
Are you guys like on Indeed or?
Do I need to join a union or something, or can we just keep it on the DL? I'd prefer cash, and so it doesn't go on to my taxes and shit. I'm about to bump up into a higher tax bracket. I'd like to avoid that. So, but, what do you
Yeah.
say? Like, don't think we good?
How's it sound?
We're not
Plot
asking
twist,
for a
you-
lot here.
Plot twist, you get a job and you're cleaning the exact same room.
Thank God I'm not housekeeping. I'm actually guest service, so I don't have to
okay,
deal
well.
with that.
We got that going for you.
Thankfully,
Do you have a LinkedIn?
I don't have to do that. Do you have a LinkedIn? Is there applications on your LinkedIn? Yeah, that's my work.
Mhm.
But again, I actually have fun with it because most of the time it's not like that. Most of the time, we have some historic properties, and so a lot of times it's like guests who have been coming for literally decades
That's a long time
calling
to
and
be
being
coming.
like, right?
It goes
They might need to go to a
on
doctor.
and
I hope they're hydrating.
you know. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
And,
leaving
saying how
electrolytes.
wonderful it is to come for decades
You know.
and preserve their ability to come for longer.
It's like the Mitch Hedberg
Thankfully,
skit.
there's rivers
I
nearby.
haven't
so
come
they
for
can stay
decades, because
hydrated.
that would be way too long. They're just goon maxing. Stop trying to goon mog me, Lucifer.
But they're doing it in like a educational and historic way that appreciates the architecture.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Bro, I was hanging out with the bro the other day, and he goon mogged me so hard. I was like, how can you goon so much harder than me, bro? Like, I felt totally goon mogged. Kind of tragic, really.
It really breaks my heart that like gooning is becoming a competition because it's really just like a state of mind, you know. It's about like finding peace within yourself. I don't know. I'm just
Yeah.
See, this is what I'm talking
It
about.
is.
It's about coming to a higher understanding.
it's about ascending
Yeah.
You guys
to
get
a
it.
climax. You know?
Yeah.
Hey, you guys get it.
Coming for Decades would be a fun band name. What kind of music would they play?
Music
Pop
to
punk.
Goon to. That could be the first album.
Pop punk, maybe.
Yes.
I mean, they're like a ska band. They're a Christian ska band.
Their first hit single will be "Save Your Seed."
Second track, Hold the Mustard.
Dude, I'm going to see Hold the Mustard and I can't remember the name. I fucked it up. I screwed up the joke. Forgive me.
Goon Matt.
I don't know. I like their older stuff better.
Goon Mogging.
I think there's a band called Goon. I think there's like a shoegaze band or something called Goon. I'm not even lying. They're actually not that bad.
Catholic death metal.
Catholic
That's
death
very specific.
metal? I
That's
feel like that
Slayer.
exists.
That's Slayer.
I feel like a lot of the metalheads come out of religious trauma. So like,
Well, Tom
That is kinda
Araya,
just
the
like
singer
metal.
for Slayer, is Catholic.
yeah,
Yeah, like active Catholic. It's kind of weird.
Catholic.
like-
Well, I guess
Have
well, I
some of
guess
the most
death metal
demonic
being like
lyrics in metal.
well, yeah, but death metal is like the Norwegian guy that, you know, like he's very cult and he does like the fast power chords and he records on like an old computer microphone, you know. Death metal is kind of a different vibe. It's like Europeans and like they burn down churches. There's lore. There are also a
yeah.
lot of Nazis in the death metal scene. It's really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what is it? The NSBM scene or whatever? NSBM scene.
I don't know.
Socialist
We had
black
to-
metal. Yeah, NSBM National Socialist Black Metal scene. Like, yeah, fuck those guys, man. Yeah.
Yeah, Nazi flyer
in the
comes
metal
into
scene
town,
myself,
chase people
like-
out of town.
Yep. Yeah, we had to run a lot of those
You don't get it
folks
at the
out
punk
of,
scene,
the
it's a-
scene.
It's always a metal scene too. It's never the fucking punk scene. It's always like, yeah, like some people with like, I don't know, no disrespect to people with Burzum shirts, but like, kind of.
No, all disrespect. All disrespect. I don't know why anybody would be wearing a Burzum shirt, honestly. That's yeah.
There's like,
Doesn't
it's like
say
so
much for
fucking
you.
common.
Well, I think Kanye West helped normalize that, unfortunately, which is so fucking dumb. Like, why?
Chicken or the egg, right?
True.
Which came first? Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah. Y'all, we did the Stonercast. Y'all survived. The
We did a
entire thing.
Stonercast on YouTube. The YouTube
Yeah.
premiere of the Stonercast.
We're YouTubers
Right.
now.
Right? Oh shit. We've hopped over to the other side. Although, like, having this
Hey,
be
wha-
like my first actual stream of like Stonercast and actually doing any promotion of really promoting my YouTube stuff, even though I've done a couple lives before, it's pretty amazing the response we've got. I'm happy that we got the viewers we have gotten. It's fucking awesome.
And if you
Yeah,
guys
no,
see me
we-
streaming, I want to do like some call-in stuff too. So, you know, let me know if you want to hop on when you do see me on the Twitch.
Sure, I'll add you as a
And I
favorite,
love
so
doing-
we can like knock on each other or whatever, and you can like likewise you can hit me up whenever.
Hell yeah.
If you guys ever have co-op games you like to play, you guys can.
I want to get into co-op games, but I don't know any good ones. I suck at first-person shooters. I've always sucked at
Me too.
first-person shooters.
I got you. I got you. I'm so shit at first person.
But
So
hey, if it's a bunch of people that suck at first-person shooters playing together, that could actually be fun. Because we don't care if we die.
You know
We're
what?
just fucking around, you know?
you know what it
maybe
was?
we could get together and play a game like, I don't know, what was that game? Hold on. Borderlands 3. Maybe you make plans to do Borderlands 3, and then one of the players doesn't show up and just kind of disappears and kind of ghosts the entire experience and never mentions it again, no matter many times he talks about wanting to play Borderlands 3 and play games with people. Maybe. Jason?
Wow, this
That's
sounds
kinda
really
specific, but I'm
specific.
I was
Yeah.
very, very sick. I was very sick. Sorry, I failed
I'm all
you
like looking up Borderlands. So like, what game is Borderlands? You know?
Borderlands
I
is
love
games.
really,
I just
Yeah.
started them.
it's a
just-
shooter for people who don't really like shooters, because it's not
Yeah.
as like Call of Duty and shit. It's
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
fun
You know what, that's what-
and a lot of shit.
That's what
Very
fucked me up back
whimsical.
in the days. Like, I stopped playing video games for like a good 10 years because like in late high school, I graduated like around 2008. So that was like when they were really, really trying to get you to like join the army after high school. We had like we had all kinds of goofy shit, dude. We had like the army band, like a like rock band would come and play like Kryptonite covers and like really cringy dad rock to get us to want to join the army and shit like that. They would show us like propaganda videos. They would come into our classroom and they would show us videos of like tanks hitting like dirt ramps and Evanescence is playing in the background. And like
I love
that whole like era of like Islamophobia everywhere and just like everyone unapologetically trying to like indoctrinate me to like go overseas and kill this person that like I didn't have anything against them. I didn't give a fuck, you know?
it. Right.
Really like it tied into like first person shooters. I created like an association with it and just like that's like the one type of game I just end up not liking is the first person ones.
Yeah, no.
Like I fell off around Halo 2 I fell off. And then like I started playing like I'll play shit like Skyrim and stuff
Yeah.
like that. I got real into, you know what was a fucking good one? Back in the day was Armored Core. I know they came out with like a new one.
Oh yeah. Huge
Armored Core
fan.
back in the day was Armored Core is just like geek mecha, dude.
Yeah.
I am a sucker for anything mecha though.
The freedom that you had to design your mech and do all sorts of different things with it, and the way that the gameplay, everything about that game was amazing.
That was one of my first PS2 games back then. It was like Armored Core 3, I think.
Sounds right.
I'm with you on the first person shooters though. Like I always felt like I never liked like any of the real wartime shooters at all. It felt too close to reality. And for me, gaming has always been escaping reality. I want to escape all this horrible shit. I don't want to be thrust into it and like taught how to survive in the middle of a war. Like, you know, like I want to go have fun. Like Mario jumping and shooting fireballs is fun, you know, like Borderlands is fun because it's goofy and yeah, you're shooting stuff, but it's like aliens and shit, you know, like robots and
that's
like that, you know.
Like back then I was more drawn to like RPGs. Like Skyrim was like one of my favorites when it came out. Oh, my headphones are dying.
And I'm a big Diablo junkie too. I love Diablo.
Oh, I think I still have a copy of like
really
the CD-ROM of the
love,
OG.
Sorry.
Oh hell yeah.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I really love social deduction games. You know, like Among Us or like
Oh yeah,
Mine
yeah.
Night or
Yeah, I like
Secret
those
Yeah,
Alert,
too.
those
Like
ones.
It's a very popular genre. Like all these things behind me are board games. I'm closing on like 300 board games that I have. Social deduction, it hurts. Like I can't get past my friends lying to me and effectively lying to me. It makes me very uncomfortable, and I'm just not. And there are good games, Battlestar Galactica was my favorite of the social deductions because it had like different role-playing components to it. Secret Hitler had its thing there. I played multiple of it. Werewolf by Night. I just can't. But I understand that people love them.
I guess
Like
it
I grew up
never bothered
playing
me, but
Clue.
I'm in
Oh,
sales. I've been in sales, so like I've been desensitized to like manipulation and gaslighting. Being in sales is really just learning how to gaslight people and manipulate them. It's really fucked up. I really hope my next job isn't sales.
Nice. Yeah, I mean,
I
Because I
think I
feel
love
that, but I
puzzle
feel that
games a
about my
lot
job.
more, but you know.
oh, what was that game that we used to Rifts? Rifts was a
RPG,
cool
yeah.
game. Yeah.
I recently kickstarted the from Palladium, so that everyone understands what the hell we're talking about. Rifts was published by Palladium Books. Palladium Books also published the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Other Strangeness role-playing game, and they recently re-released it, and they put everything under one hardcover, and I kickstarted that bad boy, and I got it in the other room. I love that game. I love RPGs, old school pen and paper RPGs.
Mm-hmm.
I was always too ADHD. Like I can't do Dungeons and Dragons, and I wish I could, because when I was younger, my dad got me into EverQuest, which is like
Oh, damn. Okay.
barely.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
remember that.
like digital Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, and it was like the old one with like the fucking like Oblivion looking characters and shit.
Mm.
Instead of Argonians, the lizards were called Ixars. I had an Ixar warrior, and I was not creative with the name. I named him Chameleon Man when I was 14. Level 51
Nice.
warrior. I was a tank. Yeah.
I'll take it though. Chameleon Man, let's go.
Yeah. I would try
Let's
to be
go.
more creative with my next name, though. You know, 14-year-old me couldn't think of shit.
Built an entire, franchise around names like Chameleon Man, right? Like Superman, Batman,
Right.
Matter Eater Lad. So don't
I had
don't
no
be hard on
camouflage
yourself.
abilities. I had no camouflage abilities whatsoever. I couldn't cast invisible. I was a warrior.
Now that's
It
beautiful.
made no sense.
I am
made no
Chameleon
sense.
Man, and I do not
I
Camille.
could breathe underwater. I could breathe underwater.
Got that going for
Yeah.
you.
You know.
Hell yeah.
Fuck Amphibian Man. Somebody already had the name, so I went with this one instead.
It's like my name on Twitch would be Dusto, and then like my second one was like, okay, then I'll put not Dusto, and then like some motherfucker took not Dusto as well, so I was like, I'll be Dusto not.
I thought that might be how you ended up there, but
It's exactly that. It's exactly that.
That's great.
Fucking 3 layers of like unoriginality in naming. That's like my one weakness. Like people that can come up with good character names, like I'm envious of, people that can play piano and people can come up with names that make sense.
I mean, my name is
What
my
do those
first
two have
name
to
in
do with each
society.
other?
It's not like it's very creative either.
But we do live in a society.
We
We do live in a society.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's like fucking systems and shit, bro.
Oh, all right. I appreciate all y'all. Y'all have been wonderful. I've been Globus, but yeah, I gotta cash it in. I look forward to hanging out with you. Somebody said something, Purrito, that you play Borderlands 2 with somebody.
Yeah.
If so, you hit me up because I got Borderlands 2 and Borderlands 3, and I'd like to play with people, Jason.
Go,
Yeah,
go, man.
totally.
Borderlands 4 I can't load on stream because it's so resource heavy. But 3 I
Yeah,
can definitely do.
No, I heard that about 4 and like that, but and 2 is the one that everybody likes, and I'm down with that too. So, I look forward to hanging out with y'all in the future.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely, I would love that.
Shaggy loves you, and so do I.
All right, peace out, brother. All right, you can find Globus at twitch.tv/Globus_the_elder. Or you can find Globus on YouTube here if you want to catch his replays of his videos or the VODs or anything he's cut up. And that's just Globus the Elder, all one word right here on YouTube. YouTube at Globus the Elder, all one word. So, thank you very much, Globus, for being here. Yeah, that actually does pretty much conclude Stonercast. And DUSTONOT, thank you very much for coming in at the last minute. And it was really nice talking to you, because I had there was discussion amongst mods about people I should bring on, and your name came up, and I was actually going to reach out to you. So I'm so happy that we got the opportunity to do this. It works out.
No, I'm glad. I'm glad, because I want to figure out kind of a new niche, and I'm trying to open myself up to the idea of doing something similar. So it's been a nice, learning experience being here. So thanks for having me.
Yeah, and you're always welcome back. So whenever you want to come back on, let us know, or you can book yourself in. There's a Stonercast guest calendar, and you can book in there too if you're bored, or you I don't know what I want to do this weekend. I'll just go book on Stonercast real quick. Give your people 3 hours of content. So, and as always, Purrito, thank you so much. I love having you, and you're always a joy. So, y'all can find. Now you will be back on Twitch, DUSTONOT, or
my band's been over for a while,
Okay.
Yeah, I had a 2-day, maybe a week or 2 ago, and then I've just
so that wasn't right.
On pause. Yeah, that not super recent, but I'm kind of okay, now I need to find a new niche.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, you can find DUSTONOT still at twitch.tv/DUSTONOT. Watch for DUSTONOT to go live. I don't think you'll be disappointed. You're awesome to have on, and anytime you want to chat or just bullshit, I'm always about it too. So even outside of Stonercast. And then again, Purrito at twitch.tv/Purritorollups. Anything you want to tell people before we get out of here, Purrito?
If you guys want to hang out ever, I also have a Discord, and also sometimes stream when Jason's not streaming, but yeah.
All right. Rock and roll. Well, hey, thank you all for coming on, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for having me.
Whoops. All right. Pull these off. Oh. Hey, Linda. Yo, so this is the first official and maybe the only official YouTube exclusive Stonercast that we've done tonight. I'm going to tell you, I'm not necessarily a fan of a lot of things with YouTube. However, I do think that we will be doing streams across both platforms, YouTube and Twitch, going forward for the sake of Stonercast. Like I was saying before, it's more just to make it easier to export that shit and get it onto YouTube and have a place for it, because Twitch does limit. They do limit our video storage, and I'm almost at capacity. YouTube can eat a D. It is good to have, like, for storing your shit. That's about it. But yeah, hey Linda, you are always welcome on anytime. I should just give you the Stonercaster role because you've had an open invitation forever. You already know. You say the word, it's game time. I love you too, Burrito. It was good. And thank you all for fucking bearing with all the madness. On that note, I don't know how anything works on YouTube. Didn't they start a fucking... I thought they started a raid function. Or like some raid function? I guess not. Well, only seen Santana do it properly. How to do raids on YouTube. Oh, you can't do it unless you're at 1,000 subscribers. I'm not there yet. I won't be there for a while. We're at 200 something, so we'll get there. So in the meantime, I guess that's just it. I just close out stream. Fucking weird. All right. Well, again, until next time, smoke good, drink good, do good, be good. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Each one teach one. Y'all know the rules. If you didn't before, you do now. Back on Monday over on Twitch. Peace out, y'all.